Products through Equitable Network, LLC. Hey, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that Rosalita's Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From tableside guac to piled-high nachos, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita, and Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 7, and let Rosalita's cater your next event. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago and I still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com. Hey, this is Tim McKernan for Design Air Heating and Cooling. I am a very happy client. Design Air Heating and Cooling and Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff, which you can find online at designairservice.com. Just go to the website, click on the Book Now tab, and any issues you may be having with your HVAC system, they will take care of immediately. The customer service, second to none. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com.
You can get an insurance quote anywhere. Ask yourself, what is my provider doing for me? Do I have to hit prompts? Do I have to deal with chatbots? Am I put on hold? Is it always a different person? Are they local? Are they proactive in the community? Do they represent the #1 provider of auto and home insurance in the U.S.? The James Carlton State Farm team is comprised of individuals right here in your neighborhood. We are out supporting our Blues, Cardinals, Bills, and Tigers. Do something new in 22 and kick the out-of-town companies to the curb. Give us a call or go online to carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton, State Farm.
Enterprise Contracting is your locally owned and operated storm damage insurance claims specialist in roofing, siding, and gutter replacement and repair. They can help evaluate your home for storm damage from hail and wind that the St. Louis area continually receives year-round. Work with the great Connor Lee at Enterprise Contracting. Give them a call and just mention the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM at 314-455-5000. That's 314-455-5000. If you are a commercial property manager, property owner, small business owner, or are involved in operations, listen up. Engineer Design Facilities has become the #1 commercial fire alarm service provider in the market. EDF's goal is to not increase your operating budget, but rather decrease it, and at the same time service your business's commercial fire alarm needs with the most experienced and competent technicians this region has to offer. Make sure your building is up to code. Email fire@edf-rg.com to schedule your systems evaluation today. That's fire@edf-rg.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. The Ryan Kelly Morning After exists because of the name on the show, and that's Ryan Kelly. You have been our title sponsor for a decade. You are the one we thank, and many people around town, the one that gets the blame for the show.
I do get the blame, too. I get all the glory and all the blame. I got to tell you, it's just humbling to hear what you just said. I remember I started with the text line sponsorship, and then after the first day, I go, I'll take the whole show. I love it so much. And refinance or buying a house, why'd you go anywhere else? Visit thehomeloanexpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326240.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:05 in St. Louis.
I don't know the time, Tim.
You are listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM, TMASTL.com. Download the app. It's got everything. Balloon Party, Pepper and Jeannie, the Tim McKernan Show, and this show. And you can watch on youtube.com/TMASTL. Welcome to our Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. And we are in the Michelob Ultra Studios. Doug wanted to start a little earlier today.
Yeah.
And is that to break down the Blues and Wild, which gets underway in just 14 hours, or the Cardinals and the Diamondbacks, possible NLCS preview? Or was it because you want to get to the Fan Page Club Championship presented by Michelob Ultra?
I don't think it was any of that. I think we just didn't have enough material to play to last another 2 minutes.
What?
To start at our normal 7:07.
Nice, Doug.
I think that's what it was.
Nice. Real.
But I could be wrong.
I thought you wanted to break it down.
Well, it's 7:10, so
It's 7:10 in New York.
It's 7. I got 7:07. Your phone says 7:10. Mine says 7:07. How is that possible?
AT&T.
Well, what time is it?
It is 7:07.
That's
We
what I
started
got.
at 7:05.
That's what I have.
Iggy always runs a little ahead. That's why he's early for returns from breaks.
Okay, I guess.
You are welcome
That's
to get
what it
involved
is.
on the show. The Engineer Design Facilities text inbox. The number is 314-881-TMA5. They are locked and loaded already. They are locked and loaded already.
Who's locked? Who's loaded?
816. Is that Kansas City, Doug?
I don't know what it is.
Is that Johnson County?
Kansas City.
No. Mr. 63011. I've never seen this person before, I don't think. Is he new, Jackson?
No, he's been there.
Okay. I guess he just doesn't get read often. 314. A lot of numbers. There's Brian Henshin. Love opening my week with a hot lie. That's from Brian Henshin, the
What's the
TMA.
lie?
I don't know what the lie was. I don't know.
My phone time.
Flip that off.
How did he say
You think that's automatic? You don't set that, right?
It was like somebody.
What was their
It
question?
was like somebody learning the English language.
Phone time.
There's a question mark at the end of that. I didn't know why.
Oh, I see we have, is this up on the YouTube? There's a T-shirt that says The Grit.
Yeah, our Jackson's
Here.
opponent.
I got one. it was
Oh, you got
waiting for
grit
me.
material?
Yeah, he's a great guy. And so is my opponent, actually. You could
Doug,
tell
there are
right
a lot
away.
of Grint guys out there.
And his wife
Well,
made
that's all
these
right.
for us, and I couldn't.
Oh,
be happier.
these aren't made by. I assume Grint probably is operating at a loss, so they're not in a spot where they're creating merch.
They're, I think, close to bankruptcy. But yeah, so his wife, Scream Prince Day, I forgot exactly what the story was, but he made a couple shirts. Jackson and myself got one. And they're really cool.
That's a sharp-looking shirt.
Right?
Look out, Flanagan.
Yeah, Flancy. I just wired him some money this morning, Jack.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
The Grint. Yeah, he's a big Grint guy and loved the topic of, calling Grint Hoosiers.
Oh, are they?
And so,
I didn't know they were
Hoosiers.
Hoosiers.
So he's a Grint guy, and he loved being called a Hoosier?
I think he accepted it. My opponent, however, he was defending the Grint.
Oh, which are you, Plowsy? Grint or Gin?
I'm nothing.
Okay, that's good. That's fine.
Yeah, you are not. You actually are nothing. You don't have a gin. You don't have a Grint.
That's okay.
I actually don't know what happened with. I was with Iggy, so I know what happened in his match, but I have no idea what happened in the Plowhawks match. I have no idea what happened in Jackson's match, and I have no idea what happened in Chris Raby's match. I thought our coverage was outstanding. I saw one clip of the Plowhawk on number 14. He was one down, and that's all I saw from Jackson and the Plowhawk. In other words, I thought it was kind of Bailey's Sports Midwest.
Yep. Well, Jackson peed, I think, 5 times from.
What?
Jackson's got a little prostate problem, Doug.
We peed in the same spot.
Oh,
Not at the same time.
I have great video of that. They'll go on the full video of everything.
The wind, however, you really had to pick your spots because.
Oh, windiest day of golf I've played in St. Louis.
Yep.
That I can recall, for real. But that might just be a gateway, just because there's no trees to block anything. But holy crap,
Brutal.
But so what happened in your match? Because I truly am sitting here and I have no idea. And who did you play? Let me see. I got the bracket here. You played Doug. He played Sean Kirk.
Okay,
Yes.
Sean Kirksey.
Sean Kirk
And you
yeah.
used to play against him in the KMOV softball league.
I did? I've never heard that name.
Kirksey. Great
Sean
dude.
Kirk.
Super nice guy. I ended up winning on 18.
Oh my God!
It was a hell of a match.
Now what was the pop situation?
I got 4 aside.
Oh, so you're getting a lot of pops.
I only won one of those pops.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what does that mean his number was? Doug, what was Sean Kirk's
I don't
number?
know. I'm still trying to figure out if I played softball against him.
No, he was, I think, a 9, if I'm not mistaken, 9.5. And yeah, I just went, and we were all square. almost the entire time. Won 17 to take it to 18 all square, and
What did he shoot?
he kept his own score. I just kept the card going 1 up, 1 down.
Okay.
So I'm not for sure what he shot, but 18 he topped a drive.
Oh,
And
Doug,
that'll
the
get you on that hole.
nerves of the
Oh,
Michelob
probably
Ultra
so.
Fan Page Club Championship.
Clearly a guy who doesn't understand match play.
I would agree with that.
No, he understood. He shot pretty well.
So the Plowhawk advances. Did Chris Raby win? Because if he did, that means you get Chris Raby in the next round.
I don't know. He was 3 down starting.
We don't know.
I think.
Doug, hold on a
We don't have
second.
results. It's only been over 24 hours.
Well, he can text in.
I can't fill in this board until I get scores.
Well, who's supposed to give you the scores?
I don't know. I guess
So we don't know. We don't know who's going to do the scores.
I told people as I came in yesterday to give your card to Sean or whoever's in there to make sure.
I handed it to an old guy in a black shirt.
He probably did nothing with it. He's probably just a guy out there to play his own round.
I handed it to an old guy in a black shirt.
Yeah, I saw that guy.
He seemed like he worked there.
I asked him if people were turning in cards, and he said, yeah. So
Okay.
Tim will get an email today from Sean. There's 4 matches I don't have cards for. I don't know who won. Tim's going to have to reach out who won this match.
Why don't you reach out and find out?
I have nothing to do with it. I'll fill it out when I know the winners. I'm not going to go
Typically-
searching for them.
Well, why
Typically
should you have
tournaments
to go searching for them?
The Loomster just texted, and the Chris Heck won.
Yeah. And that
Tough
is
break,
going to be
Raby.
a tough opponent.
It didn't sound like you were very sympathetic right there.
No, I don't care.
I'll be honest.
I'm out, so I don't care who wins.
Raby group, he was walking in front of us. And I'm fine walking, but man, they took forever. Am I right, Jackson? Was it their group or was it the group
I
in
think
front
it was
of them?
just the nature of the pace of play yesterday.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Yeah, we had a warning.
Doug, you were watching. Were you watching on Instagram or were you watching on YouTube?
I was unable to watch, Tim,
I saw
because
that.
I didn't care.
It was all over the place.
What do you mean it was all over the place?
Tim was updating on Instagram, and Jackson was taking
Yeah,
videos.
Jackson was doing some great job.
I still
a
haven't
great
seen
job early on with the video.
I haven't
Jackson,
seen
you
the,
kind of withered away though at the end.
Well, I mean, I put my clubs in my trunk at 7:15 last night, so a tidy little almost 6-hour round.
Yeah.
Took
Right,
it
but
out
there
of
was no video of you and the Plowhawk.
I was trying to get some, but I was also the pace of play was. I went to the people behind us were clearly not pleased with our
they were
with the train.
Oh, is that what was there an argument?
No, but I
No.
could tell they were eyeing us and like, what the hell?
Who was behind you?
Just because we were the last group off, so it's just 4.
I get it.
And so,
I get
like, if
Great
I'm
guys.
taking video,
it.
while
They
I'm
were great
supposed to-
guys.
You can tell.
Sure, but if I'm taking video while I'm supposed to be hitting
I
and
get
trying to
it.
keep
I
you
get it.
up,
I
then
get
that
it.
could have been problematic.
That makes sense. Yeah, well, Doug, Iggy and I and our opponents were the first group off. And I was walking with a gentleman, Carlos Spicy-Wiener, hashtag fraud and hashtag embarrassment. He was not on my bag yesterday.
He lost interest.
No, he has a newborn.
Ugh, that's flimsy.
Thank
What
you.
the kind of excuse is that?
Thank you.
Yeah.
And so put it out there to have basically just somebody for me to walk and talk with. That's basically what I like to do. And a guy named Eric Callison, great guy.
Johnny Callison, right fielder, Philadelphia Phillies.
That's correct.
Good player.
And now he spends his time caddying in the Fan Page Club Championship. He didn't really caddy, he just shot video for us. Great guy, BS'd with him. And at one point, we were on number 6, and we teed off at 11:30. And I said, this might be the slowest round of golf I've ever played. I looked in front of us, and you couldn't see. I think it was a foursome of some players who were choosing to play the blue tees. I saw their swings on the first tee, and I thought that might have been aggressive. But either way, it didn't matter because they were so far ahead of us, I couldn't see them.
No.
And Eric says to me, he goes, yeah, it's 1:30. And I go, oh, my God, we're not done with the 6th hole. And,
You're 2 hours
we're
in.
2 hours in.
Oh, man.
And so as I'm saying that, and a guy comes bolting out. I had never seen him before. I guess he worked at Gateway, I assume, or he just maybe was playing and decided to
The
come.
old guy in the black shirt.
It was an older guy in a black shirt. It was, and he comes right to me, and I'm the one that's like waiting, and he goes, "You guys got to pick it up." He goes, "We're 2 full tee times behind, and the group in front of you is in the middle of the fairway on 8, and you guys are in the middle of the fairway on 6. I said, "I couldn't agree with you more." And he goes, "For real, it has to pick up." And I'm like, "No problem. I'm all for a little faster pace of play. And from that point forward, we flew like the wind. And we
was so slow.
And we didn't see the group behind us. There were some problems finding tee shots.
Yep.
Not me. I was pretty much in the fairway.
That was the trend of the day. Someone took a picture of 8 guys looking for one ball.
And
For heaven's sake.
And I don't, because I try to handle the situation. I don't know what the right word would be. I try to fly under the radar. That's what I always tried to instruct people to do when we were at KFNS, because if you popped up on the radar, there's a good chance there was a missile that was going to get you.
Right.
I fly under the radar. So I try to fly under the radar on the event. And at one point, when I think we were probably on 10 minutes of looking for a ball, I said to one of the guys in the group, I said, there is a rule. You have 3 minutes. That is the actual rule of the game, to look for a ball. And if you don't find it, then you just have to drop and take a penalty and drop laterally. And as opposed to hitting 2, you're hitting 3. So, but I try to, like I said, fly under the radar on the golf rules stuff. But yes, I think that, Jackson, was the reason why.
Oh yeah,
that the pace of play was slower.
I mean, at least once a hole, someone in our group or the group in front of us was in that stuff looking for a ball in there where there's 800 balls, like lost in that area, is almost impossible.
Yeah, it's hard to see
It's
it.
like finding a needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
So that caused it, and then the hawk being so aggressive.
Doug the Hawk.
Was it?
I mean, there was times where you had to club up 2, almost 3 clubs to get it to where you wanted it to go.
Oh, I had a 7-iron on that island par 3, 110. 7-iron.
I hit an 8.
And I hit the green.
I hit an 8.
I hit an 8 and short of the water.
That's right. Well, you chose to lay up on 120 yards.
That's what you do. You get that wind is so bad, lay it up short on 120
And it felt like it was never helping us. It was just always in our face. I felt like maybe 3 holes.
So, Jackson, did you win?
No.
Jackson's gone.
Yeah, I lost it on 17. Yeah, I made a real nice comeback on
Jackson was playing a gentleman named Scott Hetzer.
Great
Hetsy,
guy.
yeah.
Great guy. Got us
Hetsy.
those Grinch shirts. But I was 3 down heading into the back. Brought it back to even.
Oh, Doug.
And then I had one. I had a bad beat at one point.
We got a bad beat situation.
But it wasn't like anyone's fault. But it was a bad beat. I think it was on 15.
Doug, pull up 15.
I don't have 15.
15 is an uphill, slight dog leg left, unless you just want to go straight over the
Hit a
bunker with
perfect
that
shot.
hawk into you. Tough to take it over the bunker. Some players can. Most in this field probably wouldn't be able to. Jackson, what happened? Let's take a look at it.
So for context, I'm 1 down.
1 down.
But I'm getting a pop on this hole.
Poppy seed.
I hit a drive, little high, but right down Main Street, right over the bunker.
Oh, you went over the bunker.
Went over the bunker. Plowsy can attest. It
was perfect.
It went right, and we went up to find it in the fairway, and it was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, could not find this ball, and it was absolutely drilled dead center, perfect.
Couldn't find it in the rough.
Well, what happened to it?
4 people trying to find this ball. There's no way it went.
Are you
to
sure you
what-
cleared the bunker?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah.
we looked back at the bunker, everywhere near the bunker, and it wasn't there. And there was 2 balls around there, but neither of them were my ball.
It was.
And
Maybe you thought you hit the wrong ball.
No, never happens. And then.
Oh wow, that's a brutal beat.
And so I had to. So we operated under the assumption, even though I hit it high, so it wouldn't have rolled. We operated in the assumption that it went through the fairway into like that crap, and so I dropped one.
I would have a real time. I didn't see the ball, so it's tough to say. But if your ball flight went over that bunker, that going into the right is not even. It's not possible.
I know. It's crazy.
See, in that spot, I don't know.
Yeah, and
I had that happen with a guy I was playing, and we couldn't find it initially. And then that was on number 9, and he hit a 3-wood too, and he was right up by the green because the wind was so far with us, and he couldn't find it. I said, just drop for free. I'm not going to penalize you because I saw it was right down the middle. No. Drop for free. That's to me, but whatever.
No,
to each their own.
I told Scott, I was like, no, I'm going to take the penalty on this just because there's what I was supposed to do, and he felt awful about because that really stunk because I was getting a pop on that hole and I put it right down the middle, but I just said, hey, I'm gonna get it back on the next 2 holes. And,
Doug, that's the attitude.
Yeah,
does that inspire you as you sit here and listen?
No,
I was
not
inspired.
really. Not one way or the other.
Plowhawk was.
Well, my putting was
win.
inspired on 17.
What happened? Let's pull up 17. Pin in the middle of the green. If you go long, you're going to have a really tough downhill putt. It's very difficult to get to the hole and then stop it right at that hole.
Yeah, well, Peter, he did go long on that.
Sore subject for me. Go ahead.
But I was short on the approach and then took my chip a little too far. Hit it too short of a putt on the original to make 3. Missed the bogey putt to win the hole. and then had a long comebacker and missed the other one to have the hole. And so I 4-jacked to lose on 17.
Oh. A 4-jack to lose on 17.
Yeah, it stings, but we fought the good fight.
Iggy was in my group, so Chris Raby lost. Is that what we're being told?
Yeah, he was ahead of us, yeah.
So Chris Raby is out, so we lose the Plowhawk Raby showdown. So I would have loved to have played with you. I don't know who I'm playing. Corey Pirtle, Matthew Smith are the two names.
I think Pirtle won, I heard.
Is that right? Doug, did you hear Pirtle?
I didn't really hear. Boy, I was really anxious to know who won that. But
And you wanted Pirtle to
I couldn't
win.
find it. Yeah, my money was on Pirtle. But I never really heard because I wasn't the tiniest bit interested.
I think I heard somebody say Pirtle won. I don't know why they were discussing a Pirtle match, but
Just on the street, you heard people talking about that.
in the pavilion, I think I heard somebody say, yeah, Pirtle won.
Yeah.
So Plowhawk, that means you will face Chris Heck.
Who is unbelievable. I played with him a couple of times. Just a great dude. He's a ball striker, though. I think he's playing as a 3.
So you'll be getting a lot of seeds.
I'll be getting a lot of pops.
He's a good player. I could see he was the group in front of us. He was a good player. If I were the one, I would have played Milty.
Ooh, that would have been a fun match.
Man, I mean, we lost a lot of...
quality matchups.
Yeah. So what, 3 of the 5 people associated with the show are no longer with us.
Yeah, well, Pirtle got through at least.
Well, Tim and I just the way Tim and I play, we give a lot of things.
What?
Tim gave a free drop. The guy lost his ball.
You give a lot of things.
That's what we're known for.
My guy.
We give back to the community charity. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I do believe in it.
My guy, Mark Cooper. Great guy. It was a fun day out there.
Cupper.
Cooper.
Cupper Cup.
I think he spells it Cooper.
Okay, I would pronounce it Cupper.
I called him Eric most of the day.
Okay.
That was your guy carrying the phone, wasn't it, Eric?
That's correct.
Yeah, I kept calling Mark Cooper Eric.
So what'd you call Eric?
Cupper.
Buddy. Because I can remember his name.
Jabab.
I can remember your guy. After 18 holes, I can remember your guy's name. Guy you played. I'm terrible with the names. But I gave my guy a shot one time when he couldn't find his ball. We've been looking for over 3 minutes, and he just dropped one, and then he looked, wait, hey, I found it. Okay, go ahead and hit it. It's been 3.5 minutes, but go ahead, hit it. You found it.
You were monitoring the...
Well, I mean, it's probably 4 or 5 minutes. I don't know. We were
Do you think that your
walking all over
clock
the place.
being fast could have affected the timing of it?
No, I mean, it was over 3 minutes. We don't... Hey, 3:01, you're done. Drop. No, you found it, hit it. And I gave him a hole because I hit your guys' clubs who left them laying in the rough by the green.
Doug, let's pull up number 10. 10 is usually drivable.
Not yesterday.
But we were into the teeth of the Hawk yesterday. And Iggy, did you go into the water with your tee shot?
No, I laid up short with a 6-iron.
Laid up short with a 6-iron.
Short of the fairway, actually.
Right. Some people won't take that line, but you did, and then you went to the left. Then your pitch went over the green left, and now, Doug, as you can see, he's in the hither.
Okay.
And this is a tough shot here. He's short-sided, and the green slopes hard right to left. If you miss left, you're going to roll into the water, and he needs this here. But this is the Fan Page Club Championship, and so equipment is just kind of strewn willy-nilly all about the green.
Yeah, have his bag laying there.
And there was a putter and Iggy just kind of and a wedge, and just kind of sitting there. And Iggy played his pitch out of the hither right onto the putter, which slowed his ball down and then allowed it to trundle near the golf hole. And you chose to concede there.
I did, because I told him, even though I probably would have tied the hole, I said, you know, my ball probably would have been 40 feet down the green, so your match, your game, your hole, main game.
What the hell happened
I
there?
was going to say your match, your game, your hole.
Your match, your game, your hole. There's a new Mike Flanagan T-shirt.
So I gave him a hole.
Everything there.
Now, what I should have done on 17, when I lost the hole,
Doug, we're skipping ahead now to 17.
Okay.
So here's the
We're
situation.
going to hear about every hole.
Apparently, well, we
last
just skipped
hole.
7.
well, there's a lot of good shots I can talk about. We'll just talk about the last one.
Well, so Iggy is 1 down as we head to number 17. No poppy seeds. Are you getting a pop on 18?
No.
Okay, so he's 1 down, heading to 17. Mark is first to tee off, and he reaches the green. He's probably got about, I'd say, 30 feet, if memory serves. Iggy's got to execute here, and that's what makes this shot so fun. Iggy, tell the people who aren't watching on MSNBC or YouTube to to create a picture of your shot here off the 17 tee, a par 3.
And for people that think I have nerves.
Nervous.
Oh, he's nervous. He's nervous. Yeah. Oh, he was shaking.
Knees were knocking.
I'm one down. He's already on the green. And we had wind at our back on this hole. Normally I would hit...
Hard left to right is what I...
Yeah, I would hit 5 wood normally. I hit 6-iron. I said, I think a 6 is good. Get it up in the wind, let it go left to right. And hit just a towering 6-iron. Let the wind carry it left to right. And I don't know, how far, Tim? Maybe 20 feet?
At the most.
Yeah.
I would say you hit it to 15 feet of the stick. So this guy's got a birdie putt, Doug, to have the match all square heading to number 18.
And that's when the nerves kicked in.
No nerves.
So let's pull up the video of number 17 and what happened on the dance floor. Mark misses his putt. He goes a little long. Once again, very difficult when you're above the hole to stop that golf ball and give yourself a tap-in gimme putt for 3. So he's got a little meat on the bone coming back up the hill for his par. Iggy is now lining up his birdie putt here. And Iggy, what do you see?
I saw just a little left or right. And I saw his ball go by the hole. And the greens were tricky because they were quick. But then there were some holes they weren't as quick as you thought they'd be. So I was kind of having trouble. I putted well. I was just having trouble with some of the speed. And what'd you say? I leave it maybe 3.5 feet short?
At the most 3.5. I would say closer to 2.5 to 3.
Oh, I don't know. I make 2.5 footers. I missed 3
For
footers.
heaven's sakes.
My favorite hole on the property.
So anyway, I left it a little short. Now I was thinking what I should have done is, you know what? Let's have some fun. Let's take it to 18. I should have said good. Let's go to 18. But I didn't, because I actually thought he might miss it, and I thought I was going to make mine, so I said I'd rather go to 18 tied, so I didn't do that.
So
I think he would have said yes if I said good.
I don't know. Mark Cooper, you are welcome to call in 636-9004-TMA, and he can break down his thought process. Mark makes his, I would say he had about 4 feet. He makes his par putt, and so now Iggy has, we'll call it 3 feet for the halved hole, and we go to 18. And Iggy, what happens here?
Well, people can say choke nerves all they want. The fact is, yeah, I agree, Plowsy. Who cares what they think? The fact is, I've been putting great all day. There's no nerves involved anywhere. I read it left edge.
Doug, did that look like a left edge putt to you, or did that look
I
like
wasn't there.
No, I could have just brought it back and whammed it in there. But I'm not good at that. When I bring it back too far to hit hard putts straight, I usually loop the putt. So I've been putting good all day. I had left edge. Well, I saw his putt, and when he hit it, I said, that's a miss on the right. And his putt stayed straight. I said, okay, well, I guess it's not going to break. And I played it straight, and it broke right. So it was a bad read on my part. It was a good read on my part.
Field and gone. Was it a bad read or a good read?
It was a good read on my part. I went off
the
of
green was wrong. You were right.
No, I went off of what he did.
So it was his fault?
No. It's
Jackson's coming into
I'm just
to play.
I'm trying. I'm being diligent in my questioning.
I thought it was a left edge putt, and then when he putted, it didn't do anything. But then again, he had a little.
Well, he had it a little firmer.
He had a little pace on his. But I just saw his did nothing, so I said, I'll play it straight, and I did not as much pace as his, and right at the hole, it kind of broke off to the right. So it wasn't a bad putt. I just misread it.
So your club, your match, your hole. That's what you said.
Well, that was it. Yeah, if I make that putt, we go to 18. And
so you quit at that point.
No, I lost 2 and 1. He won the hole. I was 1 down. He won the hole.
So did you just go right to the clubhouse at that point?
No, we played 18, and I parred 18.
Huh?
But so did he. So even if I'd have made that putt, I'd have lost 1 up.
Guys, let me get this straight. Pockets 3 jacked from 15 feet.
Yeah, I did.
And he's saying it wasn't nerves.
No, it wasn't nerves.
It's okay to admit you have a problem. That's the first step towards fixing it.
I don't care. I would like to win. If I don't win, I don't care.
There's meditation exercises you can do.
This is for the second round of the fan page.
You could take
I missed
you could take a sedative, probably.
I don't care. We had a good match. I don't get nervous in these things. My God. All these people think I get nervous. Let's go out and play.
So you're going to get a chance to play against thousands of people.
Yeah, let's go. Everybody thinks I'm nervous. Let's line up for $100 and let's go play.
Were you squeezing the club too tight, do you think?
Thanks to Skip Berkmeyer, my putting stroke is good now. Tim can test. I made putts all day.
Guys, so just to be clear, Iggy lost, but it was not his fault. Thanks. That's from the 314.
I didn't say it wasn't my fault. I said it wasn't nerves.
The reluctant cock says the putt was 3 feet. You don't hit a good putt from 3 feet and miss.
Oh, I did. I don't hit hard putts. I'm like Cletus. I like to just curl everything in there. I like it to die into the hole. I don't hit really firm putts. So if I'd hit it left edge like I thought it was in the middle of the hole.
Sorry about that. Just let me get that out of the
Go
way.
back and look at the stroke. It's out there somewhere.
It is on the. You can see it. You can see video at TMA_STL on the Instagram, and you can see the putt and you can judge for yourself.
Yeah, watch the stroke. I mean, did Eric film that? Because he missed all my good shots. He seemed to film all the 5-wood out of the bunker he missed. My wedge to 2 feet.
Eric takes a shot.
Wedge to 2 feet. Gimme. He didn't have that on film. Had that one on 17 though.
Dogtown Ty had some nice drone footage.
Have you have to see that? Did he post it yet?
I posted it on the
Yeah, it's on the Instagram.
I was all over Instagram. I didn't see any of the flyovers.
Oh yeah, it's on the TMA
And
_STL.
I'm making a full, probably 10-minute YouTube video. So.
Oh, okay. Did you get my post up today
What do you mean?
on Facebook? It wasn't approved yet.
Oh, you're almost out of jail.
Well, I had a nice picture of Cletus and Callahan. I wanted it up there.
Doug, have you seen the picture of Cletus and
It was on one of the
No, I didn't.
comments. The
Take a
picture
look.
was.
Oh, yeah, of him gripping his love.
Yeah, but it says your post has not been approved yet.
This might put you back in Facebook jail, so I'm going to approve it for just in that case.
No, it's just.
What's going on in the picture?
Well, Callahan has a handful of...
And they're kissing each other.
Oh, who was?
Well, see
So
for
if I
yourself
get
on
in
TMA.
jail for that, I'm suing.
Suing who?
Because they'd be homophobic if they don't let me post that.
Well,
This is brutal.
it's the kissing is fine, but the gripping of the love is...
Oh, God.
Next on the docket, Ken Strode against Mark Zuckerberg.
See, I walked into
And this will be Exhibit A, this picture of Cletus and Callahan kissing.
Yeah, I walked into the dressing room. Obviously, it had a hot dog with mustard, and I was eating it.
Plazzy did enter the bathroom with his hot dog.
And
God.
Oh, you don't eat in the
I
bathroom.
was eating it in there, and I saw Cletus just in a girdle.
Yeah.
And he's surrounded by non-TMA
Right.
people.
Oh, nice.
I came
He's
out,
just in this crusty girdle with, members there.
I came out of the bathroom. Yeah, I saw what Plazzy saw. I came out of the bathroom, and there's Cletus in nothing but his tighty whities and girdle around a bunch of dudes taking a piss.
Then you
And
got
everyone's looking at him like, what the hell's going
Then you got
on?
a butch lesbian eating a hot dog, just watching it.
That was you.
That was me.
Mustache lesbian.
Tradition like no other. Grandpa lesbian loses early in the Fan Page Club Championship because of nerves, and then individually challenges every person who says something. Just admit you're like a snowman in summer out of the chorus with every meltdown. Doug, that's glove blogger Tom Traven.
Oh, sure it is. Iggy, have you tried deep breathing exercises?
Doug, what about the 4-7-4 method? Inhale 4 seconds, exhale through the mouth.
Well, they hear that every day on the show, according to them.
7 seconds, and then inhale.
I don't have nerves. What can I tell you?
And I didn't know, Tim, if you heard, there was an ace.
There was a hole in one. Yes, and apparently,
That's tough.
now I don't know if Iggy's in my group. Craig Williford's the gentleman I played, great guy, and Mark Cooper was the guy Iggy played, great guy. But the wind was so, not only, just, it was, I don't know what the gusts were. It had to be 30 miles an hour at times. Had to be.
Some of my audio from the videos is literally unlistenable
It's,
because of the
it's
wind.
just, it's insane. So you can't hear.
Yeah.
And so some guy in an Augusta caddy suit's yelling over at us.
James Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And I thought he was going, "Hey, I'm up 1." And I go, "I don't know who you are." I couldn't care any less. I said, "Congratulations." And then Eric goes, I think he said he had a hole in one. I go, "Oh, is that right?" I thought he said, "I'm up 1." But then I think Craig, the guy I was playing, was in a stroke, and then we just moved on with our day. But so James Anderson got a hole in one?
No.
That was James Anderson?
James Anderson was looping for
Drew Walters.
I think it was Drew Walters.
Drew Walters.
Drew.
On 4, too, in that tough pin position.
Back corner.
Yeah. With the wind as it was.
Doug, why do you think they placed the pin in such a difficult spot?
Because that's all the time they had. Here, put it somewhere. Okay, let's move on. We only have a Shishawali event today to prepare for. It doesn't have to be overthink it or anything. Put it right there. Anywhere will do.
I got some bad breaks yesterday, too.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. The course's fault on the putt there at 17. Who else made you a victim?
Well, Tim and I, again, following rules, we're not going to change them as we go. Although they did say before we start, if you're in a divot, take it out.
In the fairway.
Yeah. That's what I thought all along. I said, roll it in the fairway because you're going to find these 9-foot divots. But we didn't talk about the bunkers, and more than one occasion, and Tim, too. I mean, I was in a footprint one time. I was in a hole that nobody raked, and it was a dirt hole in the bunker we hit out of.
It's a Shishawali event all day. It refuses not to be a Shishawali tournament.
So Tim and I could have said, hey, can we move it? We didn't. We hit out of there.
Mets have nothing to hold their heads down for, except they didn't play that well, and they gave away this World Series.
You know, I made the mistake of getting on the range. I got to the course at 10:15, and I hit the range at 10:45, not thinking, oh, wait, I don't tee off for another 3 hours.
Oh, God.
So, I would say I was a little tight.
I was there for 9 hours yesterday. Yeah, 8.5, I guess.
What time did you get there? I got there at 11.
Oh, I was there. Jackson, I got there around 10, and I left at 6:30.
Yep. Yeah, I got there like 10:40, and bags in the clubs in the trunk at 7:15.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a long day, but it was the first tee where I was hanging. Me and Plaz were hanging out. It was a lot of fun, talking it over with the folks.
Oh yeah.
Trying to see how their shots would be. +2 Bob Truman. I got some video of him.
Let me tell you something.
That was fun.
Oh, here we go.
Was that your video of Truman on one?
Yeah.
+2?
It's what the
Well, that
gym
was
would
the
say.
65 on St. Anne. That was the guy.
I saw the swing, and I saw the result. +2.
Right. Well,
I love Bob Truman. Great guy.
Yeah.
Fruzy.
I don't know if it's +2. I saw that swing.
Well, we were on 7, and it was 4 o'clock when we were on 7, and Curtis Hall and Bob Truman come rolling up, and they're like, "Yeah, our match is over." I was like, "You guys finished?" He's like, "No, we were over by 12 or something."
Curtis
like, oh,
beat him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
like
know about the +2. I think Truman is a guy that had no handicap. And isn't he the guy that posted a 68, but that was for 9 holes? And
Yeah. So he
posted
played
it
as
for
a
18.
14, I think, in this tournament, if I'm not mistaken.
Really? It said +2.
I think we gave him the benefit of the doubt. I do believe. I could be wrong, but I don't know.
Sean handled all the handicaps, and it was 75% of the handicap. So
yeah.
Guys, when my mom got into her later years, she also started to experience extreme nervousness to the point that she was even afraid to adjust the thermostat for fear it might break. Iggy's crippling anxiety is quite common. Thanks. It's from a new bowl eligible.
It happens. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Just get treated. Get some help, man.
No, I'm sure that I have him blocked, so I didn't see any of his crap, and I'm sure Bearcats had a field day on my missed putt. And again, you can say all you want, Bearcats, if you think it's nerves. Let's get out of the course.
It's a preemptive strike.
No, because I guarantee you they're all over the place. I don't see them because I have them blocked. I guarantee you Bearcats is all over. Nerves. Look at you missed another one. Let's get out there.
I'll give you Ned Reynolds.
I'll give you two shots aside, and we'll play for wherever you want.
You're gonna play. You're gonna play Bearcats.
I'll give him 2 aside, and we'll play for whatever you want.
Wow.
And if I'm wrong, if he hasn't commented, then I apologize. But I guarantee he's commented on it. Can't see it, but...
Good news. The guy who dropped his drugs in the middle of the 3 fairway did wind up getting them back, so that's good. That's from Culkin.
Yeah, I saw people driving around. Have you seen my vape pen? I'm like, nah, dude.
Yeah, somebody posted on the fan page, if you found a wax pen in your cart, that's mine.
Munganast, the sponsor of the 7 o'clock hour online at stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. Work with the great Jamie Burkhardt, the great Clayton Patterson at Munganast. We love loyal sponsors, we love great people, and we love Munganast. stlouisacura.com. I get my car there, and a number of us on the dais do as well. It's stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. And if you need to get your car repaired, just get your car serviced, go to Munganast, St. Louis Acura, Alton Toyota, even if you didn't get your car from there, and I'd be more than happy to introduce you to Jamie or Clayton. Email me, tmckernan at InsideSTL.com, and I will make the connection for you. It's Munganast, St. Louis Acura, Alton Toyota, sponsor of our 7 o'clock hour. Doug Ryan Kelly is the sponsor of the show. He is the home loan expert, thehomeloanexpert.com, Jack.
That's exactly who it is, and he would like to help you in this difficult and trying time in the real estate business. If you're looking to buy a home, you better get yourself pre-approved. And Ryan Kelly and the Home Loan Expert team has pre-approved a record number of borrowers looking to buy a home. The competition is absolutely fierce. If you're even thinking about buying a home this year, call the Home Loan Expert team and get yourself pre-approved with a 5-minute loan approval only available at thehomeloanexpert.com. He's also got special loans for veterans. If you qualify, the VA loan program is the best option out there. You can buy a house with no money down, and you can cash out refinance up to 100% of your home's appraised value at HeroLoan.com. They cover your appraisal and can close your VA loan in as little as 14 days. Whether you're refinancing a loan or buying a new home, visit HeroLoan.com. It is the only way to VA. He also has special loan programs if you happen to be a teacher. If you refi or get an original loan, Ryan Kelly will give you a $500 gift card when you close. Same thing if you're a union member. If you work in a union, you get a $500 gift card when you close a loan with thehomeloanexpert.com. Ryan and his team are always there to try to help you out. Check out the website, thehomeloanexpert.com.
There it is, the title sponsor of the show, Ryan Kelly, thehomeloanexpert.com. Jackson, could you tell the people about Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies?
Best in the business. You know, it doesn't. With Mark Hanna, you can be in a lot of different situations and really utilize his knowledge. That's what's so cool about working with Mark Hanna. You can be like me, someone young who's just starting to make a little bit of money, kind of first job out of college. It's really important to work with someone like Mark Hanna so you can get into that habit of saving money. But also, if you have a family, if you're looking for retirement later on, maybe 10, 15, 20 years down the road, work with someone like Mark Hanna because he'll get you straightened out. He'll cater a plan to you. It's not going to be a cookie-cutter plan that he gives to everybody in a similar situation. No, he's going to ask you about your goals, what your current situation is, and from there build you out a wonderful financial plan. And the biggest part of it all is he's such a great guy to work with. He's someone you can trust, and that's super important when you're planning for your financial future. So get in touch with Mark Hanna. He's the best in the business. If you don't have anybody, if you have no one you work with, get in touch with Mark Hanna today. He'll get you straightened out. And if you already have someone, I suggest switching over to Mark Hanna because he is the best in the business.
Mark Hanna, 314-889-0503. Doug, here is the picture we're talking about. I just handed my phone over to you.
Oh, my goodness.
That's Cletus and Todd Callahan. And
this is what makes it an especially Shishawali tournament. That right there. That doesn't go on at most other tournaments.
It's fellowship.
Or any other tournament that I've ever seen.
I think at the Ryder Cup at Hazeltine it went on with
I don't think
P.
it
Reed.
did.
But yeah, that's two gentlemen kissing, and one gentleman is clearly grabbing the love of another.
Why?
It's not like he's like floating that hand. I think you.
I mean, that's a grab.
Like,
why would he do such a thing?
He's got a firm grasp on it.
I think there's a video out there of Cletus grabbing Aunt Peg.
What's going on at this tournament?
Yeah, on the first tee, Cletus was commenting about Aunt Peg's pants and then touched his rear and then put his hands down his pocket.
What?
And then the marshal came up and asked if one of them's name was like Aunt Peg or something. And he's like, sorry, this older lesbian has his hand in my pocket.
Why didn't he throw him out?
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think after the concession, I think that happened with Jack and Tony Jacklin.
That is correct.
It didn't happen with Tony Jacklin.
That's correct. That is correct.
It didn't.
That's what they were imitating.
So what happened after that picture? Did they get a room together or what?
You'll have to ask them.
Cletus, call in Steve Schmidt, North County phone lines. He can't?
Why?
Working, I'm thinking.
636-9004 TMA. That putt Iggy needed to make to stay alive looked like a nervy little swipe.
Oh, God.
It was a tap-in as much as anything.
Well,
I legitimately thought, for real, that Mark may give Iggy his putt. It was that close, and then go to 18. I really did. I'm not saying he should have.
His history of nervous breakdowns.
But I'm just saying it was close enough that it was at least within the range of gimmies. But a tone was set on number one, which we did capture on the TMA Instagram. Mark had a relatively short putt, and that was not conceded. And Doug, a tone was set early on that there weren't going to be liberal gimmies in that particular match. It's kind of a match-by-match thing. Craig and I were operating on the more liberal gimme policy.
Well, I never do on the first hole. I want to see how.
You never do, is that right?
I want to see how his putting is. I mean, unless it's like a few inches. But it's 2.5, 3 feet. Well, let me see. It's the first hole. Let me see how you're putting today. And then I would have given him, but we really didn't have any holes where it was That's good. Because it was either a tap in or a miss or an inch or 5-6 feet. There were never any in that range. But yeah, pick it up.
That's how it was with me and Sean. I think there was one time it was like a 4.5 footer, but he needed to make it to win the hole, and if he missed it, we would, have the hole, and I made him putt it.
Plowsy was noticeably silent on a lot of putts from Sean.
But you gotta
Make him
admit,
putt it out. That's the whole
wasn't
point of
that
the
many.
game.
There wasn't that many question marks, I think, all day with either one of us.
Right. It was usually decided before the final putts entered the hole. Like the holes were decided.
I didn't want him to give me, 4.5 footers. I wanted to put him out. My putting was terrible too. We both had, the flat stick wasn't there.
Plowsy's driver was good yesterday.
Yeah, it was.
Morning, guys. This goes out to the guy who may or may not have insulted me for playing a fantastic round of golf while getting absolutely screwed by the course. Piss off, buddy. I'll play you for 200 a hole and dominate your ass. And if you didn't insult me, go ahead and ignore this. Thanks. That's from Ellen Foley's personal hostess at Fazoli's, who got paid hundreds of dollars in last-minute guilt fees to stare blankly at unhappy, overweight dads for 18 holes.
Jesus.
How did I insult you? You weren't even there.
Well, you don't know if she was there or not.
I know who it is. He wasn't there.
Like unhappy, overweight dad.
I didn't insult you.
There's a lot of those out there.
Yeah. You can see why the guy Iggy was playing wouldn't give you these putts when you have such a long history of breakdowns bordering on schizophrenia.
Well, it has nothing to do with that, but I wouldn't give it to him either. I mean, it was to send the match to 18, so making me putt it. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
My problem is I should have just said, good, let's go to 18 and have some fun. But I thought he might miss it and I'd make it, so.
Yeah. Well.
But I wouldn't have given it to him. If it would have been like hole 12, he probably would have, but it was 17. And I shouldn't have missed the putt. I should have listened to my own. I'm a good reader of putts. I should have said, I know it's left edge. I let what his ball did dictate what I did.
Well, sure you did.
And I shouldn't do that. I should just, I know what it's going to do. I'm pretty good at reading putts. I'm just going to go left edge, and I didn't.
Who would you have played in the second round? Where the hell are you? Oh, you're over there. Okay.
A couple of guys who were.
Oh, you're in the Corey Pirtle thing. So I got Paul Winters or Matt Portal. Doug, do you know if Paul Winters or Matt Portal won?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I just don't, fellas.
We'll know in a couple days.
I believe.
That's how
No one did
tournaments
anything
usually
with the
go.
scorecards. Nobody knows who won.
There's an older gentleman wearing black who has them all. He's in the Metro.
Well, if you didn't
Just
turn
like
them in, you're getting coin flips.
Glove box with Pinto. Never going to see those.
I think I saw where if I won, I was playing two guys that were single digits.
Corey Pirtle.
Yeah, Chris Hacken could have wiped the floor with me. But we'll have fun.
You don't know that. Maybe he has a bad day.
Man, Pops, I'm telling you.
That's
Pops
true.
a big thing, brah.
And it probably won't be that windy again. I mean, there was times where it was, like I said, when I was taking a leak on to a point where I almost had a real emergency situation.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
Doug, the back nine there's not a lot of shade or room for coverage to pee. But the wind kicked up and my ankles started to get a little drizzle.
Oh.
Yeah, I was.
Bill's drizzles on my ankle.
Is there not a restroom out there somewhere?
I don't think there's a portage on. Because at the turn I was looking. I was asking the concession lady. I was like, is there anywhere I can use the bathroom?
This concession lady, did she have any expression at all?
No, I said possibly stone-faced. But I just was looking for a bathroom. I wasn't concerned about anything else at the time.
Oh.
And so once I found my little area, I took advantage. But then, yeah, Brian almost entered the shorts via
Brian!
splashback from the wind. And Plowsy suffered a similar fate
You got Brian too?
when he ripped a 52-second pee off. I have the whole video on my phone.
Yeah, luckily
That's long. That's a long one.
I wore flood pants, so if
He
I did
did.
get it on my ankles,
Plowsy
it would have
rocked
got
the
on my pants.
all olive-colored outfit with the flood pants.
There comes a time you have to go so bad.
I
You
didn't
don't care
care.
where you go, who's watching.
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't.
That's where I was.
care.
I reached that point as well.
That's where I was. I was like, I'm doing it, and if anyone says anything, it's their fault.
We were facing basically a fairway and a green. I mean, I was out. I was fully hanging out.
Oh.
There's no cover at all.
No, there was no bushes. I did it right in the middle of the fairway.
No, you didn't. In the
know if
middle
I
of the
did that.
fairway.
Just turned around. I said, there was a couple of holes over, and I said, look, if they got their rangefinders out and want to look, they can, but I'm going.
Why in the middle of the fairway? Wouldn't you at least go over in the rough?
Did you do it on a
Everybody
fairway
else was
divot?
on the other side of the fairway, and I said, okay, let's do it here. Turned around, and
Imagine watching your ball roll down the fairway, and all of a sudden there's just this mist.
Yeah,
No, we
Brian.
never let you guys back on
and
that
a water
course.
hazard there in the middle of the fairway. But
You couldn't at least go to the edge of the fairway, to the end of the rough or the
couldn't wait.
weeds. Or...
I couldn't wait, Doug.
Oh, mister.
The great outdoors.
John Candy and Dan Aykroyd. Remember that one?
Well, how would you like to be behind you and see somebody?
But there
in front
wasn't
of you?
anybody behind
No,
me.
but how would you like to see that?
Well,
To see the
I
guy,
wouldn't,
the
but
guy in the
nobody
group
heard,
in front
nobody
of you
saw me.
tinkling in the middle
Nobody
of the fairway.
saw me.
I'd respect
You think there were 3 guys on the tee box? Hold on, guys, and just let it
Well,
go in
whether
the tee box?
Whether they saw you or not, you still did it.
Well, you just said, what if somebody saw you? What would you do if somebody saw you?
Okay, that's
well, nobody
even
saw
worse. But the fact that you did it.
me. What are you supposed to do?
You're supposed to go in the woods or in
Hold
the
it?
weeds.
Wear diapers out there?
In the woods or the weeds, not in the
bad
middle of the fairway, not on the
Guybee.
green, in case you have to be told about that, not on the tee, no.
I was in the fairway.
Guybee.
There was a point where I was considering going in my pants. That to be
my
so
God.
bad.
In your drawers.
I had to go so bad. Plowsy can attest. For like 4 holes, I was like, I really have to go to the bathroom.
I would think over the course of 4 holes, you could find a little spot somewhere.
It's Gateway. The back 9 is wide open. Like there's not even trees.
We had Grant guys behind us too, so we
Right,
didn't really want
right.
to.
They were grinting it up behind us.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What do Grint guys do differently than Gin guys?
They wear orange vests.
They
or
were kind of
something?
like bellowing. Like when
They
they would come
were-
up on the tee behind me, they'd brr.
Yeah, right after our tee shot.
So they would hold on a second. So it was so slow that there were 2 groups on the tee, and then you guys would take crappy shots, and then they would moan.
They bellow, yeah.
God, what does bellow mean?
Bellowing. Yelling.
They would yell at you?
No, but they would yeah, they were kind of.
It would just make a sound of just.
Well, they
Here
were
we
also.
go.
I mean, I'm not gonna call the gentleman overweight, but they were.
Uh-oh.
They were walruses.
They brought a little extra padding around
Look,
with
they
them,
were-
and
What's
and,
that got to do with their sighing? You're saying they're sighing because they're running out of air?
I couldn't be for sure if they were frustrated or just grasping for life, but they were just not pleased with the pace of play. Because at some points there would be 3 groups once we finished teeing off, like in a very close vicinity to
Yeah.
us, and we're like, "Sorry, 3 of us just hit into these weeds, so we're gonna go look for 10 minutes."
Yeah, once they saw me bust out a 3-wood on a par 3, they're like, Jesus, this is.
Plowsy's
yeah.
most of Plowsy's approach shots were with a 3-wood.
Yep. Man, it ended up working out well.
Yeah, we got the
I
W.
mean, this guy advances, Doug, and he is not going to face Chris Raby. He's going to face Chris Heck. Chris Heck.
Okay.
In a showdown
Yep.
in the Plowhawk bracket.
Well, the good thing with me losing, if Spicy Wiener isn't available, I'll gladly be on your bag.
Oh, wow. That's advantageous. Doug, this guy can read putts.
Can he?
He really
Except
can.
that one on 17. He didn't read that one very well.
Well, I did. I just didn't hit it. I let my eyes on
You
his
missed it.
ball.
You missed it.
Guys, I enjoyed playing yesterday, and it was great to meet a bunch of people who I had never met before. But what is the deal with a bunch of heavy guys calling each other babe? Thanks. That's from the 573.
That's not right.
Who's calling each other babe?
I don't know. I do know that Cletus and Todd Callahan, Doug, they were in some violent exchanges on the back nine, and Iggy and I were covering that, and I thought we should win an Emmy for our coverage. It ended with them kissing and Cletus receiving hand relief on 18. But at times, it was very banty between the 2 players. You can see that at TMA_STL on Instagram. I mean,
Why were they upset with one another?
accusations of cheating every hole.
Oh,
How is it possible? Like there were so many people around, and I don't get that.
They had a huge gallery at the end. There were probably like 20 people
Well,
following
that's
them.
because you and I showed up,
oh, for heaven's sake!
and everybody just came where we were.
It wasn't really because Tim showed up. It was because you showed up.
Now, Cletus needed a 2-putt on 17 to send it to 18, and he, or was it 18? Whatever, he needed a 2-putt to tie the hole, and his putt went like 25 feet
What
past
was
the hole.
that putt?
Yeah, it was aggressive.
That looked horrible.
That was
I didn't hit
aggressive.
one like that all day.
A little heavy-handed.
Yeah, that was.
I'm more interested in the fact the gallery was following Iggy around.
No, they were following me and Tim because we were doing commentary. They wanted to get on film.
Okay.
I didn't hijack anything.
All I saw was I was hearing it. I was on 10, and they were on what, 13 or 14 maybe.
Doug, were they on 13 or 14 when Jackson was on 10?
Foggiest idea.
Well, they were
No,
probably.
they were 13, the par 5, right?
They were a group in front of you, teed off, and they were 5 holes ahead of you.
Right, exactly.
Oh yeah.
No, they weren't the group in front of us. But regardless, I was hearing what was going on because we were on 10, and my ball was so far in the front of the green, so I couldn't go over to film it. But all I heard was, "F you, Cletus, get out of my cart!" Like, you dumbass, and Cletus in his high-pitched voice screaming back at him.
Cletus has issued a statement regarding what was certainly an aggressive line on his birdie putt on 18.
That was.
I was one down, so I wanted to make sure I got it to the hole.
Yeah, mission accomplished.
Well, never up, never in.
That thing went 50 feet.
Well,
it's not going to break if you hit it that hard.
I was actually looking for the hole. Like, I was like, oh, that's got to be a par 5. And then I see it like, what the hell?
Yeah, it was about 17 feet behind where the ball wound up.
Now, I will say the guy caddying for Callahan, I don't know what he did. He just kind of walked around. But he did pick up Callahan's ball at one point.
Cletus picked up Callahan's ball?
No, the guy caddying for Callahan picked it up at one point.
See, this is why you can't have caddies.
Yeah, he admitted it. Cletus goes, but you picked up his ball, right? Oh, I didn't pick it up. I looked at it. Well, how do you look at it without picking it up? He said, yeah, I touched it.
You got caddies looking for pro
That's a penalty. We're not rolling balls, but...
Rolling balls.
Guys, it's compelling stuff when you have a pairing where one player has decided to skip evening supper at the local soup kitchen, and the other player is pissed he's missing the Tridelt ice cream and Jello shot social. Thanks. That's from Carlos Spicy.
Callahan did ask me if there were Jello shots.
He bought some.
He bought some. As Iggy and I were leaving, he did have a bag full of Jello shots. That is true.
Yeah, that's what it was like.
Carlos Spicy knows his stuff. Guys, I offered my chest, but the Virgin said he needed 48 hours about it or something absurd. That's from Brian Hench and Doug, and he writes for the Indianapolis Star.
I would have gone on any chest at that, just anywhere to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, chest would have been nice to have.
It's our Mungan 7 o'clock hour, stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. Plenty to work with for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Timmy Tom wins the month of April. Is that what happened?
Yeah, T3 with the W.
I was out on Friday, Doug. I tested positive for strep throat.
Did you?
Are all you boys feeling all right?
Yeah.
I've been battling a cold for 2 weeks.
We're the furthest apart, though. I'm Seattle and you're Miami, so we're far apart in the studio.
But he did use Sound Story used that mic. Am I correct on that? We had 2 Sound Stories last week. You used it. Because I was thinking, because I did see Doug bringing tissues last week, so I was always concerned.
For minor allergies.
Yeah, allergies are brutal right now.
That's what I hear.
Holy moly. What's that, Iggy?
That's what I hear. I hear a lot of people have allergies. It's just terrible.
Oh, tree pollens what kills me. But yeah, I was sick. And I'm like, but I started taking antibiotics on Thursday night. And I'll tell you, if you do have strep, those things knock it out. I was feeling fine by Saturday. But when she goes, oh my God, you really do have strep. And so I tested positive for that, but I am much better. Anyway, so I was not here on Friday for Timmy Tom's win for the month of April. And now the month of May is underway, and you can compete by emailing the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Design Air, the official HVAC provider of the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Doug is a client. I am a client. And last week, Will from Design Air Heating and Cooling came over to my house to tune up our air conditioning for the summer. And Iggy, I don't know what you're seeing. I'm seeing some cooler temperatures here this week, relatively speaking, to the normal average in the St. Louis region. But next week, we go right to 85s and 86s. We just kind of skip on over the 70s and go right to the 85s and 86s. So you got to get that air conditioning tuned up quick, fast, in a hurry with Design Air Heating and Cooling. Just go to designairservice.com and click on the Book Now tab. And you can get your air conditioning tuned up this week with the great Seth Goldcamp and his staff. Maybe Will will come to your house. It'll be an amazing thing. What are you seeing, Iggy, this week on the floor?
Yeah, this is the last week we're going to have these fluctuating temperatures that feel like fall. A little chilly when it got up this morning. It was in the 40s, but still. We're not going to have any highs in the 50s. They're going to hit 60, but after that, we're in summer. 70s and 80s and close to 90. So a little bit of rain today. Cardinals, they might get their game in.
They might.
They might. Well, I started early because of my forecast.
Come on.
Oh, jeez.
You don't think they're looking at their own forecast to change the starting time?
I heard my Doppler and said, Iggy said rain. We better switch it to 12:15. We'll get it in. But, yeah, you're right. If you don't have your AC, you better call Seth because it's going to get hot here in about a week.
I mean, Doug, we just go right past the 70s and we go right to the 80s.
I'm okay with that.
You're fine with it?
I'm fine with warm weather.
All right.
Yeah.
It is Design Air Heating and Cooling, designairservice.com. Work with the great Seth Goldcamp and his staff at Design Air Heating and Cooling, the official HVAC provider of the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Guys, the creep is so bothered and jealous he didn't win. That's from the Big Pig in the YouTube chat.
Who's the creep?
Big Pig, can you call in? Steve Schmidt-Kia of North County, phone line 636-900-4TMA. 263 people are gathered watching the show as we speak. And in the text inbox, I'm told Sheila is active this morning.
Is that the girl that...
Let me take a look-see.
Hi, yeah, I see. She said, hi,
yeah,
everyone. I don't have much time, but I wanted to say hello.
She the one from Carolina?
I believe so.
Oh, she's back. I thought she left.
Oh, she left the fan page in about 20 minutes.
Yeah. Should have.
That was the quickest. Rhonda lasted longer, the trucker.
So Sheila's in there if you want to talk about anything with her. You get a chance. You can talk to a girl for free.
You didn't see enough last time you were in there?
You get to talk.
Back for more. It's a service we provide at youtube.com/TMASC.
Connecting people to other people. That's what we do.
And it could be a dude just using his wife and calling himself Sheila.
Guys, what's the over-under on how many wives called the divorce lawyer last night to begin drafting divorce papers after their husbands came home drunk on a Sunday evening after playing grab ass in a Shishawali golf tournament?
Right.
That's from Wedding Tackle.
And tinkling all over the fairway. Is it possible you could work up a TMA logoed leg bag for some of the people to wear?
Give me one of
stop
those.
urinating in the middle of the fairways. Maybe get a healthcare professional to insert a catheter about the third or fourth hole.
Easy. Whenever there was the people like me and Plowsy and our group finished the last group on the course, and there was people hanging out, and God bless, enjoy them. But I felt like Judge Smales in Caddyshack, where it's like, don't you people have homes?
I
Sunday night, go home.
Now, nobody probably heard it because of the wind. It was so windy yesterday. But I was like, we were probably the 14th hole, and I said, God, I'm going to take a recreational, but I'll just wait till I get home.
No, you didn't.
You do that right in the middle of the fairway.
No, so I was just I said, I'll wait till I get home.
You
I
can't
can
get through one round
I
of golf?
said I would wait till I get home. And I took a swing, and right when I took a swing, I went, I said, God, I hope nobody heard it with the wind. But it was just, you can't clench it and hit. So I said,
Oh, don't make the sound
Better than having like a little bit of leakage.
No, I didn't.
That's why I bring plenty of towels.
What
Just
is
in
wrong
case.
with
I have
the bowel habits of you
I have
people?
7 towels in my bag.
Well, Plowsy, worst case, you
For
wipe
that?
with a sock. You just take your socks off.
I mean, wiping off your club, but it always in the back of my head, if there's an emergency situation.
Where's Billy?
And we had that Grinch shirt. Now I gotta say, sorry, bud. If it worked north, I would have sacrificed that thing for a diaper. So.
You would have.
Oh, 100%.
Why not get some Depends or something?
Wait, would you just have worn the shirt fashioned as pants for the rest of the round?
Yeah, I mean, you can tie a diaper with the sleeves and the bottom corners of the.
Well, you're not 93. What are you?
Look, I said if it came to that situation, but if you have to take a poop and there's nothing out there, I'm certainly not going to.
Get yourself regular.
I'm not going to grab foliage. I'm going to have
that's a bad
something.
Socks.
Yeah.
That should never happen unless you're really sick.
What?
I've had to sacrifice a couple.
Yeah, to have that kind of feeling in the golf course, you got to be really sick.
Doug, I had 3 hot dogs.
He did. Can't attest.
Well, still, you hold it till you're done.
I could.
So you're calling it now? You're calling him? Well, hold it. First you called him sick.
Yeah.
A lot of people have to go to the bathroom after they ate. He ate 3 hot dogs, so he's got to do something with them.
Not right after you eat. You don't have to immediately run to the bathroom.
If you put enough mustard on it, you might have.
I don't think so.
Well, the other 2 are just now being digested, and the third one.
Every time you eat, you run right to the bathroom?
After the 3rd hot dog, yeah.
I don't like the way you're poo-pooing on his poo story.
Get yourself regular.
That sounds regular to me. You eat 3 hot dogs, you probably have to do.
Well, then don't eat.
You eat 10 White Castles. You're going to hold it in for a day and a half?
Not a day and a half,
All right.
no.
Why don't you get regular?
When I'm done golfing, yes.
It looked like somebody was irregular in the gateway bathroom before the match.
What happened, bro? So bad.
There was just a couple pieces of
skid marks.
What?
Oh, it smelled awful.
This sounds like the worst tournament ever.
Just a little bit of leftovers.
Right when I brought my hot dog.
Don't say leftovers.
I brought the
It
hot
was
dog.
high on the rim too.
High on the rim, Bill.
There were just some smells.
Oh.
Well, and Cletus didn't help
with you?
when he started shaving off layers to put the girdle on.
You can't go and play a round of golf without wearing a girdle, without peeing in the middle of the fairway, without going to the bathroom because you had a hot dog. What's wrong with you people?
Fashioning a T-shirt into a diaper.
Well, I said if it can, I mean, worst comes to worst. I'm a woodsman, so I
I
kind of
expect nothing less from this tournament. It's par for the course.
Doug, it's who we are.
Man,
to our core.
I guess.
Did you know that by now?
Just the most power of Hoosiers.
The tournament only lasts another 6 more months.
Yep, that's right.
You think
for
the
those
course
of you
will
who
let you
won,
back?
May 31st, you have to play your match by May 31st for the second round. So Plowhawk, you and Chris Heck, not Chris Raby. That's a shame.
I know.
I would have played with you and Raby. That would have been a lovely little match for me and Doug. Is it Paul Winters or Matt Port? Is it
I don't
Portell
know.
or Portal?
They didn't turn in their scores.
What about the guy in the black shirt?
He's got them somewhere, and he probably threw them away. He doesn't care.
Don Henley.
Right when I handed it to him, I'm like, this doesn't seem like the right guy.
Did you ask?
But I was there for 10 hours. I was sunburned. I was hungry.
Oh, I'm so sunburned.
I could have handed it to anyone, and
He was the right guy.
Yeah.
So as soon as I get all the scores, I'll fill that in.
I thought Tim was supposed to do that.
I'm happy to do it. I don't care.
Okay.
We, I think yesterday went off pretty smoothly.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
So tip of the cap to everybody involved, because there's a lot of moving parts, so to speak, and I think it went pretty smoothly. Hey, Mother's Day is this Sunday, Doug. This Sunday.
This Sunday.
Nice.
What do you do for Mother's Day? What do you do?
Well, one thing I would do is go to Bertarelli Cutlery.
Oh.
That's the way I would go with it. You know why?
I think Tim was going to do one, but go ahead.
No, it's fine. Talk about Marco.
Marco's giving away shirts, Bertarelli Cutlery shirts. He's got some for the walruses. He's got all kinds of, knives. He'll sharpen your knives. He'll sell you new knives, great knives like Wusthof knives. But he's also got a bunch of Bertarelli Cutlery shirts. And he said the first 19 walrus people who email in will get a Bertarelli Cutlery shirt. He's got 19 double extra large shirts. So these are big shirts. Here's what you have to do. You have to email contact@bertarellico.com. Yes, I'll say it again.
Yep.
Contact@bertarellico.com. You email him. Tell him you'd like one of those Bertarelli shirts. He'll give it to you.
Nice.
That's the kind of guy Marco Bertarelli is.
How do you spell Bertarelli?
I'll tell you. Bertarelli. Bertarelli.
Nice.
Bertarelli. Contact@bertarellico.com. They have 19 double extra large T-shirts with the Bertarelli logo right on there. You'll like them. They have other T-shirts, too, for other sizes. So it'd be a nice thing to wear. Bertarelli Cutlery's been around for a long time. Longest-running sponsor on the show. Mount Rushmore of advertisers. He's right there at 1927 Marconi Avenue. Or you can give him a call, find out more information. Here's the number, 314-664-4005. Or visit them online at bertarellico.com. Watch for him at the Dotem. He'll be there, too, with 300 T-shirts.
Holy moly.
300 T-shirts at the Dotem. He'll also be playing. Also, they have office supplies. They'll ship them anywhere in the world.
Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling sponsor the email today. EDF, sponsor of our text inbox. And Steve Schmidt Kia, sponsor of our phone lines here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. And with Mother's Day coming up, Sound Story, a perfect option for a gift. I am recording one today. Doug, you are recording one after I'm recording one at 1:30. You can get it done this week, but even if you can't get it done, go get a gift certificate right now and use the promo code TMA, and you get 10% off, and you have given your family an incredible gift that will last a lifetime. MySoundStory.com. Get the gift certificate, and you get 10% off when you use the promo code TMA at mysoundstory.com. Doug does interviews. I do interviews and learn from KC95 does interviews, and you can do them at mysoundstory.com. Get the gift certificate, 10% off, and then you can schedule. But present that to Mom for Mother's Day. It's Sound Story, a company I started and still own and operate back in 2019. MySoundStory.com, promo code TMA, and you get 10% off, and you have given your mother a gift and your family a gift that will last a lifetime. MySoundStory.com. We'll close out our Munganess St. Louis Acura Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour here right now. The Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour coming up next. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Get the TMA mobile app and enable notifications so you don't miss a thing. See our content on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And stream us on the TMA mobile app and at TMASTL.com.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like a steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan for Design Air Heating and Cooling. I am a very happy client. Design Air Heating and Cooling and Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff, which you can find online at designairservice.com. Just go to the website, click on the Book Now tab, and any issues you may be having with your HVAC system, they will take care of immediately. The customer service, second to none. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. The Ryan Kelly Morning After exists because of the name on the show, and that's Ryan Kelly. You have been our title sponsor for a decade. You are the one we thank, and many people around town, the one that gets the blame for the show.
I do get the blame, too. I get all the glory and all the blame. I got to tell you, it's just humbling to hear what you just said. And I remember your dad calling. I remember the old tire sponsor. I remember it all like it was yesterday. I remember Melissa Marr, and everybody cornering me. And I remember I started with the text line sponsorship, and then after the first day, I go, I'll take the whole show. I love it so much. And I'm a listener, and I'm a fan pin member, and I'm watching Iggy cook soul in his kitchen, and I'm learning about sunflowers and everything else. Like, I box over on TMA.
You have.
I box.
You have the strap. You're the champion.
I am the champion of the Spirit Circle for all your T-shirt makers in the mall. If you know that guy, you know who I'm talking about. Let's leave it here. Refinance or buying a house. Why'd you go anywhere else? Visit thehomeloanexpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
At Andrea's Steakhouse, located in O'Fallon, Illinois, they offer hand-cut steaks that are cooked to perfection, highlighted by their famous Andrea's Brush on Steak Sauce. Come hang out and enjoy live music on Friday and Saturday, dinner and drinks on the patio, or relax like you're watching an ASMR video at the bar. All the Walrus people will drool over their handcrafted burger, made from a blend of ribeye, strip, and filet. You won't regret it. Andrea's Brush on Steak Sauce and Andrea's House Salad Dressing can be found in local retail outlets throughout the greater St. Louis area. For more, visit us at andreas.com or call 618-632-4866.
This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago, and they still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com. Enterprise Contracting is your locally owned and operated storm damage insurance claims specialist in roofing, siding, and gutter replacement and repair. They can help evaluate your home for storm damage from hail and wind that the St. Louis area continually receives year-round. Work with the great Connor Lee at Enterprise Contracting. Give them a call and just mention the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM at 314-455-5000. That's 314-455-5000.
Hey, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that Rosalita's Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From tableside guac to piled-high nachos, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita, and Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 7, and let Rosalita's cater your next event. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Check out listener rewards on the new TMA mobile app. Watch the show live on the TMA studio cams. Find it at TMASTL.com. Get the podcast on the TMA app. Download it now.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2. The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
On KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis.
Diamondbacks.
They were a stubborn bunch this weekend.
Telling you. Oh, you hit that note, Plowhawk. Welcome to the Appliance Discounters, 8 o'clock hour. My name is Tim McKernan. But you knew that because you fantasize about me.
Well, I don't really.
Seriously?
Iggy might.
We can't ask him. He's not here.
No.
He'll be here in 5
With these
enough
shorter
time.
breaks, he might be 10 minutes late at some points.
It's the Michelob Ultra Studios that Iggy is not in. He is not happy about his loss yesterday. Not happy with the accusations that nerves played a role in missing the three-footer. And Doug, that set an unfortunate tone for the month of May here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After 105.7 HD2 FM TMA STL.
I think he will probably find a way to weasel his way back into the tournament, don't you think? Somebody won't be able to show up, so he'll say, I'll come play for that person.
As tribute.
The consolation bracket will be started by Iggy today.
And it'll be the test of the real deserving winners of this whole thing.
You are welcome to text in 314-881-TM85. You're welcome to call in. Steve Schmidt Kia of North County, phone line 636-9004-TMA. And you can email in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com. That comes your way at 9:45. Action Jackson and I with a blues-centric balloon party, really from now until the end of the playoffs, which is going to end, with the Blues against Patty Maroon in mid-July, I guess is where it's going to end.
I saw an article in NHL.com where the writer picked the Blues to win the Stanley Cup.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he said because of their balanced scoring with 9 guys with 20 or more goals. Everybody on the first line has 20 more goals and nobody else has that. That could be the difference.
I was thinking about throwing some money on the Blues to win the Cup this morning, and I was looking at the numbers. I was seeing plus 2,200, so 22 to 1 to win the Cup.
Be worth it.
The Blues and Wild get underway tonight, Doug. We are almost 12 and a half hours away from the puck dropping tonight in St. Paul, Minnesota. Doug, will you just stay up to watch it? Is that how you'll handle it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I will stay up. What time's the
I would imagine the puck will drop 8:43 on Monday.
Why do they do this?
Brutal.
Yeah, if I get home at 3 today, take a quick nap, maybe I'll stay up for all of it.
The discipline part for me comes, I watch the first period, and then I have to turn the television off and then get up. That's the key. I can get up at 5, no problem. The turning the TV off when I want to watch the second period, that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's the tester. But that's what I got to do in order to not feel like garbage the next day. And then I watch it at 5 in the morning, drinking coffee, not looking at my phone, so I don't see what the outcome was. There you go. That's my plan. That's my Blues playoff tradition.
See, I turn off my phone and I pause the game and start it 20 minutes later. So obviously, the first period is probably almost coming to a conclusion when I'm halfway through the game, so I can fast forward through at least one intermission.
What channel is it on?
No, I don't know.
Oh, it's on Bally's. Was it Bally's?
Well, I can't watch it.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is.
Great.
I'll see none of it then.
Does that mean you can't make it?
See in the finals whenever NBC picks them up.
It says Blues Wild ESPN.
Well, it's definitely on Bally's as well.
Okay.
First round's on Bally's, and then it's over, which will be a good problem to have if they can get there.
Yeah.
The Blues are the underdogs in the series, not necessarily a surprise, and I think that's strictly based on home ice. The Blues are plus 110 for tonight's festivities. Minnesota minus 130 for tonight's festivities. That's just tonight. As far as the series goes, Minnesota is the favorite to win the series. Minnesota is...
I would say minus 160.
Minus 140 to win the series. Blues plus 115 if you would like to wager. And as far as Stanley Cup goes, the Blues are plus 2,200 to win the Stanley Cup. That is on the lower end, only 4 teams below the Blues. The Caps are plus 4,000. The Predators plus 4,600. They will be dealing with the Avalanche. The Stars will be dealing with the Flames. They're plus 4,800. And the Kings are the biggest long shot at plus 6,000. The Blues are plus 850 to win the West. The Avalanche, a heavy favorite, plus 130 to win the West, and plus 350 to win the Cup. So not a whole lot of value on Colorado, but they are the overwhelming favorite. Next in line, the Panthers at plus 500. Doug, that Colorado Avalanche bunch, that's a team.
They don't play?
I love it. I think that's a nice way to express it.
I see the Bruins and Hurricanes start at 6 on ESPN. So if you can't get Bally's and you're planning on watching on ESPN, Blues and Wild start at 8:30. I think you're probably going to miss the first 30 minutes of the game.
Nice.
That's why you start with a little appetizer of the Heat Sixers, and then you get to the Blues game.
There'll be no Heat Sixers on my TV.
Wait, the Bruins play at 6? How is that possible?
Well, 6 our time. Or, I guess it's 6 our time.
7 o'clock in Bean.
So they get a nice 7 o'clock puck drop.
Eastern Coast there.
Well, I know.
Big
I'm just
shoots.
saying we're Central Time. We get an 8:30 puck
You just call him Big Shoots?
That's right.
What the hell's that
Shoots.
mean? Why did Plowhawk get called Big Shoots right there?
I like the
what does that
name.
mean?
Little
Big
Texan
shooter.
Big Shoots.
Little Texan Big Shoots.
Big shoots. Well, the Blues are Western Conference. Ask Memphis about that. They get screwed, too, with the Grizzlies late start.
We're not talking about the NBA.
I ain't
Goodness
watching
gracious.
about the
I'm making
NHL.
a legitimate comparison.
They screamed about this for years with Detroit when they were in the Western Conference because they're on the Eastern time zone. So their game, when they'd go out west, their games were starting at like 10 o'clock at night.
I'm going to miss this series. That sucks.
So if the
Which
game's
series? The Blues?
Yeah, I ain't going.
How about ESPN? You can watch ESPN.
Won't it be blacked out on ESPN if it's on Bally's?
I don't know. I don't think so.
That'd be.
Well, I can watch it if it's on ESPN.
So
if not, I'll be
bad.
knocking out Ozark tonight.
I'll have to reinstall the Bally's app.
That's
to
what
get
I'm
it
saying.
going.
I have to delete mine and reinstall it every time I
every
try
time.
to use it.
Every time I want to use it. The same way, Plaza.
So user friendly.
Sometimes I turn on Bally's and it works like a charm, and other times can't make it happen.
Well, I hope the
Can't
Blues
make it
win.
happen.
Let me know how it goes.
Oh, come on. Don't pout about this.
What are you going to be watching? Time to Kill?
Actually, I haven't seen it in a while, and it kind of would be a good tradition. Watch that game 2 of Winnipeg.
I'll just ruin. I'll spoil everybody. I'll do an Ozark breakdown tomorrow.
Oh, I haven't watched any of it yet.
I wouldn't advise that. I think that might not play well.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that to people because
Maybe you can do it on Pepper and Genie, and then that way on a podcast you can let people know.
I don't do that.
You should hear this.
I'll give him a
promo
couple
that
weeks.
Marty put together.
Oh, let's hear it.
Yeah, I actually can open it.
Oh, have you got
Give
it?
me 2 seconds, yeah.
Okay.
Doug, it's a Pepper and Genie promo.
Okay. I'd be
It's
anxious to
the
hear it.
wrap-up podcast. What is the topic du jour today, Iggy?
Oh, I think we'll get more in depth on
Shaky
fan
pucks.
page club championship.
Oh,
that we didn't really talk
Doug, it's gonna be.
Gosh, because
that
the
we
public
didn't really talk
demands
about.
it.
Yeah,
they
there was-
demand it. No one knows any of these people playing. There's nothing. It's not on TV anywhere. The public demands more information about this Shishawali golf tournament.
Well, we didn't really get to break down any of Plowsy's 18 holes and what was going on around him. Some
Definitely
things
need
around
to do
us I saw that I didn't really talk about.
Definitely need to do 1 through 18.
God,
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
never mind the Blues playoffs and the Cardinal games.
Yeah, we'll talk about birds too.
Okay.
All right, here's the promo Marty put
Okay,
together.
take a listen, Doug. Pepper and Genie.
Okay.
Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepper and Genie. Pepper and Genie.
And now the Pepper and Genie Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepper and Genie.
Pepper and Genie. Pepper and Genie. Pepper and Genie. Pepper and Genie. Pepper and Genie. Pepper and Genie. Pepper and Genie.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Doug, they've given up on us here.
They don't get it. They don't
Tommy
claim it.
replied-
They're not even trying to get it.
Tommy replied, perfect. So it's in there.
Outstanding.
Let's go downloads, Marty.
Love Marty.
And for the people that wonder what does Pepper and Genie mean,
We don't know. It was, he said Pepper and Genie when he was trying to say peppercini, and then that was it.
I love having something to listen to when I leave here. I look forward to it. It's like when I'm driving in, I need a podcast. It's what I do. I leave the garage. I set up whatever podcast I'm going to listen to for my 10, 15 minutes, and I just love it. And leaving here, I look forward to the drive home, accompanied by the Plowhawk and Iggy, doggone Pepper and Genie.
It's like riding home with your friends. But
Friends of the Feather.
But you're solo, you know.
I remember exactly how I thought of it, Plowsy. We were talking about Amagettis one day. And I said, I love the Amagetti special. I just don't like the Pepper and Genies.
Yeah, that was it. And then I don't know how the podcast created that name, but I love it.
Oh,
We have fun. And 20 minutes.
I'm just asking for Biff and Joe. That's next.
I mean, it's doable.
Well,
I mean,
he's in Kansas City now.
Oh, he doesn't live here anymore?
Well, when we talked to him last week, that's where he was. He was building something in Kansas City.
yeah, he's been on that project for 3 years.
No, he had the one where he was building the cannabis factory down there by Lake of the Ozarks.
Oh, I thought that was in Kansas City.
No.
Well, I mean, we could tape a podcast. I mean, and put it on our TMA. I'm sure they wouldn't care.
I think the live radio element of Biff and Joe is magical.
Yeah, it is. But I don't know how we could do it with Biff live.
He wouldn't come in? Or what, he's just not in town?
Well, he's working so much now out of town. He comes in on weekends, I think. I don't know how we could do it during the week.
That'd be a good Saturday
I mean,
morning.
I'd come in on Saturday, too.
Man, just splashing talk all the time.
Oh,
so
Sure, Harper would be happy with that.
So splashing. You are welcome to text in Engineer Design Facility, sponsor of our text inbox here, 314-881-TMA5, Engineer Design Facilities, the sponsor of the text inbox on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. And you can support our sponsors, EDF, by emailing fire@edf-rg.com. If you have visibility to your company's fire alarm panel and system, fire@edf.com, and they'll have a technician come out and provide a free evaluation of your system and offer the most competitive contract pricing in the market. You can also check them out anytime at edf-rg.com, the official commercial fire alarm services and solutions provider of TMA. EDF is Missouri and Illinois preferred full-service vendor for licensed and certified professional servicing, monitoring and testing for fire alarm services and systems, fire suppression systems, fire alarm system monitoring services, tenant improvements in construction and security access and monitoring services. It's EDF at edf-rg.com. And then what you're going to do after that is you're going to think about it. Check out TMASTLshop.com. Shirt of the day is 20% off. Jackson, what is our shirt of the day?
TMA Classic shirt.
The TMA Classic shirt is
yesterday
20% off.
was a classic day. I actually saw a couple people wearing the new golf shirts.
Oh,
out
is that
there.
right?
Oh, did they look sharp?
They do look.
Boy, did
Yeah, we don't have them, do we?
No, they look super sharp. The Dotem logo one especially, that great, awesome
Yeah.
Dotem logo.
I'd like to have that.
It was really well done with the embroideries. It looks just like it would on when we tweeted it out. So get you some of those, but you can also, for 20% off, you can get that TMA Classic shirt. Rep your favorite morning show. I mean, win-win.
And when will the club head covers come in? Because that's a Chris Heck production.
Yeah, I was talking with Chris Heck about it yesterday. I think next week they're coming in, and then we're going to get them out to Mike in Utah, and then they're going to be available. We're going to bundle up.
Can we put pre-order up, or is that not a good idea?
We can. I don't see why we couldn't. Yeah,
Doug, can we do that, or should we not do that?
Well, I don't see why we couldn't.
You sharpshooting, Vaughn. Do I need to go in there and talk to you?
Oh, Jackson, puffing out his chest a little bit.
He's getting a little aggressive.
I'm so sunburnt right now that
my neck is on fire.
Doug's a sharpshooter now. Didn't he call Plowsy a sharpshooter earlier?
I'm Skippy.
No, someone called you.
Big Shoots.
Oh,
Big Shoots. Lil Texan Big Shoots. Jackson, how are you planning on handling balloon party, however long the Blues are in the playoffs?
I'll watch, so
Doug, you hear that? But you hear the octave got a little higher right there?
Jackson, don't watch.
I'm sure he's going to watch any
It'll be way better.
I'll pepper in like my little novice takes, and then just let you and the guests do all the work.
Jeremy Rutherford going to be with us. What is he, at 10:15 today?
Yes, sir.
And I gather he's probably in Minneapolis.
Yeah,
for the fun and games.
Yeah.
Doug, did you fill out a Stanley Cup playoff bracket?
Yes, I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Who you have going?
$5 to enter. I've got the Blues going all the way, of course.
Of course you do.
Who are they playing? They playing the Ning?
I think
Hurricanes?
Tampa. Yeah.
Oh, you do have them playing against Patty Maroon.
Yeah. It only cost me $5 to enter it, so I said, this is what I want to happen.
Who do you have winning the Predators? And
I don't remember.
I wanted to hear your
the
predictions.
Predators winning. No.
Really?
I don't have them winning, no.
Oh.
Will that be 3 in a row
All
for
chalk,
Tampa?
of course.
What's that?
Will that be 3 in a row for Tampa if they win?
If they win it,
Yeah, that means Patty Maroon would have four times on the chalice.
Guy who didn't even know if he was going to play.
That is correct.
4 in a row.
And now he's got like another 2-year contract
That's
ahead
correct.
of him still.
Yep.
Good for him.
Keeps delaying our podcast.
Yeah.
We were talking, him and Tommy were on a call like, I don't even know at this point. God, what is it? It's May? Probably, it was in February. And then like 2 days later, he signed a 2-year deal. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll get to her in 2024.
Yeah,
Because
quit winning cups. We got podcasts.
He probably wasn't going to make $1 million in 1 year here.
Oh, no.
Couple million probably. But it's more important to play the sport than to make your millions in radio.
Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that.
Yeah.
And has anybody had their name on the Chalice 4 straight years with 2 different teams? I cannot imagine.
Probably not.
I think I asked that question. We looked it up, and the answer was no.
Yeah, 3 straight. There was some guy, I think, with the Leafs in the 60s. That's the one that Pat shares history with. But as far as 4 straight with 2 different teams, I don't believe that has happened. I can't wait. I love the Stanley Cup playoffs. I love the Stanley Cup playoffs. Next to the NFL, it's the only sport where I will go out of my way to watch, even if I don't have a vested rooting interest. And the NFL is, part of it I do enjoy the games, and part of it's daily fantasy. I don't have a daily fantasy going on with the NHL. I just love, especially when it gets to like games 5, 6, and 7. Oh, it's the greatest. I love it. And you'll sit there and you'll look at the odds, and you already know going in, there's going to be random upsets. It's just the way that it works in this thing. You can say you like it, can say you don't. I go back and forth on it. I love the Stanley Cup playoffs. I hate how the regular season has little meaning once it gets down to this time of year. But once it does get down to this time of year, it is incredible entertainment. Yeah, Patty Maroon has to get through the Leafs. They're on the road against Toronto. Toronto is the favorite.
Florida had a big year, too. So
Florida, yeah.
Yeah, it won't
Laissez
be an easy
Tampa.
way to get to the finals for Tampa.
Bruins-Blues rematch?
That would be fine. I don't care who's on the other side, really, as long as it's the Blues. It'd be really disappointing for the Blues to have the kind of season they did and to get bounced out early.
I sense in Minnesota there is an expectation of winning there. I don't know if that's shared here. I don't know. I'm not saying that it is. I'm not saying that it isn't. I just don't know. And it's weird. I was reading this column on The Athletic this morning. Good column, by the way. Stanley Cup tiers, anonymous GM, executives, and scouts rate every playoff team. And with regards to, the number 1 team is obvious with Colorado. Florida's right there with them. Carolina, Tampa, Calgary, and then Minnesota, which kind of surprised me to see Minnesota up there in Tier 2. Then they go to Tier 3 with the Oilers, the Leafs, the Rangers, and then the Blues and Penguins are right there at the bottom in Tier 3. But with regards to the Blues, I haven't loved this team, their team as much this year, but they play well, they're battle-tested, and they have the guys that have won before. It's going to come down to goaltending for me, I think, with Binnington not going the way I thought. He might have lost the net, but the other guy has been outstanding. Goaltending, either negative or positive, is the buzzword when it comes to polls like this. The other buzzword, which GMs in particular love, is experience or pedigree. And with a Stanley Cup championship banner raised in 2019, the Blues are always going to draw at least some respect. Quote, they know how to win. That cannot be overstated. They know how to win, and they know how to win when they aren't expected to win. That's literally what happened in 2019. So while I see flaws with this team, I don't see as many flaws as I saw in that 2019 team, and that team won the whole thing, end quote. They talk with GMs, and the GMs are not cited. It's kind of like the anonymous caddy reports you get if you ever read those things out on the tour. So with that all said, I don't know what your feeling is on this, Doug, but I felt like in 2019, and I know you shared this opinion, that they really, for the first time in my life, I felt like they really could win the Stanley Cup before the thing started. Now, maybe around North America, that wasn't the feeling. And I realized they had to play a tough Winnipeg team and didn't have home ice going into that series. But I really felt like that team could win the Stanley Cup and had a higher expectation, even though they were playing a great Winnipeg team and starting out on the road. What is your expectation relative to that one 3 years ago?
I think they're as good as that team. They don't have a goalie as hot as Binnington was at that point. And that so much of it gets down to how well your goalie's playing. Both Husso and Binnington have been pretty good. Husso had a terrific year, but he's kind of leveled off here the last couple games. And Binnington was not very good for most of the season, but got better the last couple games. So they got 2 guys. I guess they can go either way. But it never fails that if we can just get hot, we can win this baby.
Oh, my goodness.
That was true in 2019, and it's true now. I did see the stat that I like. The Blues are 13-1-2 against Minnesota since Craig Berube has taken over as head coach. You can't dominate a team any more thoroughly than that. 13-1-2. So they've got Minnesota's number. And I'm sure that's gives them a lot of confidence and probably makes Minnesota wonder, what do we have to do to beat these guys? So I like their chances a lot in this first round, sir. I think they'll beat Minnesota.
With regards to the Cup.
Well, Timmy,
The bet off.
so much can happen. There's so much luck involved. There's guys getting hurt. There's penalties. Is it going to be called? Is it not going to be called?
Puck luck.
Thanks. I call it puck luck.
Oh, wow.
I think they have a shot. Certainly, Colorado and Florida are probably the two best teams, so you would like them a little more than the Blues. But the Blues are good enough, and they are deep enough, and they've got guys who've been there and done that, so certainly they've got a shot. Certainly not the favorite, but they definitely have a shot if they can put it all together.
I'm a little surprised that the odds makers don't look at stats like that. I mean, they beat the Blues in regular season by, 3 points? But when you're 13-1-2 against this team,
since Berube took over.
So you've lost one game to these guys, and somehow you're a 140 favorite?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of odd.
The thing that I would say in comparing and contrasting 2019 is in 2019, I didn't feel like you had this beast that lurked in the second round, and that's what you have. So when you're talking about the Cup, you didn't go, oh my God, there is a potentially generational caliber team in Colorado in the second round. That's up there. That sits there in the second round. That has God, you get 3-1 on them winning the Stanley Cup on your money. That is a really low number for a team to be a favorite to win the Cup, and that is what the Blues would have to deal with. And I'm not sure that the way the Blues play would be able to match up as well with Colorado. So from that standpoint, that I think is the biggest issue. Of course, if they can get past Colorado, then they can beat anybody. But that's why, from my standpoint, with regards to winning the Cup, that's why I'm not as bullish as I was in 2019, because I didn't feel like we had to see something lurking out there like the Avalanche.
But what if we get hot?
Well, then we can win this baby.
There you go.
Nice.
This Colorado club, they put their breezers on one leg at a time, fellas, just like we do.
I'll be excited to watch that
steel
match.
Slippers.
It'll be a good one. Just wish the first round was on like PBS or something so I could watch it.
Well, you can watch
awesome.
ESPN.
They should put hockey on PBS.
That'd be sick.
You get ESPN, right?
Yeah.
Guys, they are the most whiny fans I've ever heard. If this year is anything like last time they played Minnesota, get ready for lots of booing and ref you suck chants whenever one of their guys gets touched. That's from the 636. Tim, you are correct. Billy Guerin has really changed the culture in Minnesota the last couple of years. The whole state of hockey thing is obnoxious, but they are really good, and they'll be really solid for the next several years. That's from the Crestwood Coyote.
Well, I guess that would be the state of hockey in the United States. It's hard to argue. That doesn't mean their team's any better than our team, because not all the players come from Minnesota, of course. So it's a fun thing to say. It doesn't make a bit of difference in the NHL, of course. We call ourselves the heartland of hockey. Does that help?
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
I hope we don't.
Yeah, that was a big promotion of the Blues. That was a big promotional push a year or two ago, the heartland of hockey.
Missed that one.
Well, do you ever go to a game? Do you ever watch them on TV?
No. Playoffs.
Probably how you missed it.
But you will not be watching this series?
Well, I'll watch it if it's on ESPN.
Okay.
If it's on Bally's, I can't watch
I'm
it.
super excited to where, there's a breakaway by Tarasenko and the app just spinning wheel and then go black.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Super pumped for, those potential teasers.
You've got a bad attitude going into this postseason.
Doug, does that concern you for the Blues?
It
The Plowhawks'
does.
attitude is.
I hope it doesn't carry over to them.
It's just so weird that every other app that you watch sports on works without a hitch, and the Bally's app is the one that.
What they did is...
I'm telling you,
They
it is. I don't know how to describe it. Maybe some people can relate to this. When I go to click on that thing, I just go, oh, God.
Yeah,
what are we going to have, and what little things am I going to have to navigate in order to get it to work, and what commercial am I going to have to see for the 3,000th time that run? It's stunningly hackneyed. It's stunningly hackneyed.
They've ruined sports.
Oh, come on. That's overstating it.
Single-handedly.
That's overstating it.
No, it isn't. I used to love watching Cardinals and Blues, but when I have to try so hard to watch, like, a play or two plays without it, like, going black,
yeah,
I'm done. I mean, Bob Tway, Is He Gay website was well taken care of more than this app, and that was made like 15 years ago.
I told you.
Maybe they're made by the same people.
Probably.
I told you with my experience, it's the phone carrier. Because I have one that's T-Mobile, and I can't get it at all. And I have one that's Verizon, and it comes up like a charm.
From the people who brought you BobTwaysGay.com, who present Bally Sports Midwest.
I wouldn't be surprised. They have ruined sports, and they don't even know it yet, Doug. And that's the
I don't
worst
think
part
they've
about it.
necessarily ruined sport. All sports have been ruined?
Well, local.
All local sports have been ruined because the Bally's app doesn't work very well.
Well, the two teams, the two pro teams that play in St. Louis play the majority of their regular season games on Bally Sports Midwest, and if you're not somebody with cable and you don't have the cable up and you're trying to use the app for watching at home, and you have to reinstall the app every time you want to use it and then re-sign in, that's a huge pain in the ass. And some people are just like, no, I'd rather just not deal with that and watch something else.
Well, I guess I would say if you really love sports that much, you'd go ahead and get cable.
Right.
And then your sports wouldn't be ruined, big shoot.
Yeah, so like, to love the sports you watch, you have to buy an expensive cable package for if you only want to watch the Blues and Cardinals.
Yeah, that's kind of where we are. Kind of where we are.
Doug's on Spectrum payroll. Watch out.
Big satellite over
Spectrum rights holder.
Let's see. Hey, Darren, in 2019, you could watch the Blues in the playoffs on normal television, and you decided to watch a Matthew McConaughey film from 1996. Be better. That's from Big Tuft.
Well,
Time to Kill 96.
That's a great movie, man.
I feel like it was 94.
I don't know the years.
I am going to move my action in on 96.
Okay. Yeah, 1996.
Great movie, man.
John Grisham novel.
I don't regret it one bit. So I'll be watching a lot more TV.
Guys, is our soccer team going to be on that app? Doug, will the blue and
ESPN.
pink of STL City be on Bally's?
They're all MLS is on ESPN, right?
There you go. Well, you'll be able to watch the blue and pink.
I think they have a big deal with ESPN.
The Dogs. The Dogs will be playing a year from now?
I believe so.
Big pink.
Spring 2023, or
Just
it's
go to the
either
game.
spring or fall 2023.
What are there, 8 home games?
Is there 8 home
Oh, there's got to be more than that,
I
isn't
think it's
there?
more than that.
Really? I thought
Don't they play like 30 in a
Yeah,
season?
I think it's like 30 or 32
Okay,
games.
that was like 20-something.
I don't know.
Bailey's missed
You guys
the
will
boat
go to
on
a
that
game,
one.
won't you? Soccer game?
I can't wait.
I can't wait.
Of course.
Legitimately can't wait for that. I think the atmosphere is going to be outstanding.
Yeah.
We need some kits.
I need a scarf.
Road kits?
Bring some kits and we'll
Home
promote
kits.
the hell out of it.
We got to have something free before we talk about it, though. Let's be upfront about that. We're not just going to give you our opinions for nothing.
No, we'll promote them. They're a hometown team. We'll promote them. And I love the Bettses.
Can someone explain to old man Vaughn that his cell phone carrier has nothing to do with the Bally's app on someone's TV?
Yeah, I think
Stick to sex, Gramps.
Oh, I never watched the Bally's app on
Stick
TV.
to sex.
I watch it on my phone. I don't need it on TV. I watch
That's the name of this new segment.
Bally
Stick
Sports
to
Midwest on
sex.
TV. I don't use an app. The only time I would use Bally's is on my phone. You guys have trouble with it on your TV?
Yes, that's the whole issue.
That's what everybody's talking about.
Right,
Nobody
like
watches it on their phone except
I
you.
do when I'm
Right, but you
out
have
of the
cable,
house.
so when you go home, you just turn on whatever the channel for Bally is.
Yeah,
When I go
old
home, I
man.
use the app. Yeah, stick to sex, Gramps.
Oh, son of a sack ass!
Stick to sex, Gramps. Man, I like that.
What does that even mean?
I don't even know, but I just like the phrase.
We talked so much about Doug's sex life. I think it's a subject we never brought up. And all of a sudden, you're having more sex, Gramps.
Yeah. Well, sometimes someone else wants to watch something at home, and I'll say, okay, I know, I don't need to watch the Cardinals every single night, dominate the TV or the Blues. I'll just watch it on my phone here. And I get one phone, the T-Mobile, nothing. The other phone, Verizon, comes in like a charm.
Are they the
one TV
exact
in your
same
house?
phones? Are they the exact same phones?
They're iPhone 8s.
Blessed.
You only have one TV in your house?
No, but we only have one family room in the house, and I hate to dominate the TV every night.
Why don't you go into the other room with the other TV?
Because maybe I want to be with my family members.
But obviously, they're watching something you don't want to watch.
That's all right. I'm still part of the family.
Oh, you're a good father.
Well, you
said,
try.
you watch what you want. I'll be in here.
What would you do in that situation?
I would either watch it there or I'll be in the other room then. Family time's over if you don't want to watch what I want to watch.
Yeah. Amazing you've been single all these years.
Guys, stick to sex Gramps might be the best line ever said on the show. That's from Culkin. Guys, if you have a gin, they will be providing coverage of the Blues on the gin app.
Yeah.
It's from Bobby Dejas.
Bailey's is the Grant of apps. I guess it's a better way to explain it.
That color is a picture that the audience can relate to. Plowhawk, you're right. Bailey's is the Grint of apps.
They're just terrible. But what's great is no matter how many times it'll go out and you reload it, what's constant is that 30-second ad will play crisp, clean, perfectly. But right when you want the game, it's like a disaster.
You think some of this could be by design? That they don't want
Design?
They don't want you to watch on the app. They want you to get a cable subscription.
Bold business model.
Yeah.
You need a cable subscription, or I guess if you could have Spectrum Internet.
Well, you don't pay for the app, right? So why would they want to give you the game?
It's not for free. No, because you either need Spectrum Internet or a cable subscription to use the app.
Well, then why would you even use the app on your TV if you have a cable subscription?
Because if you're like me, who uses my parents' cable subscription to watch the app, that's how I get it.
You're pirating it.
No, that's not pirating. They bought it for the family. I'm a member of the family, bro. Stick to sex, Gramps.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you get it?
What do you mean get it?
It's part of the basic cable, isn't it?
Right, but I don't have it. I live on the hill. My parents live in Olivet. So how would I use their cable? You know what I'm saying? I can use their login. I can use their login.
Didn't you just say that's what you did to get it?
Yes, I use their login. But I don't use the actual cable. Like that's hardware. This is software, dude.
Don't say dude.
Oh, you just got called dude.
I know. Man, this guy's got an attitude.
I'm trying to explain it to you.
Well, I don't understand what's good at the point of having a login if you can't watch the Spectrum cable. What's on cable?
Because I would need like a cable hookup, and I don't have that. But I have their login, so I can use their account to use things like ESPN, TNT, Bally's by design, but it doesn't work. But I think if you have Spectrum Internet, you can also use the Bally's app. But either way, you're dealing with the worst app in sports.
Well, too bad. I mean, I
Time
finally...
to talk, Iggy.
No, I'm
Back to the fan page club championship.
no, I'm delving into what Jackson's talking about. That I finally got rid of Cable America.
Sure.
At $190 a month. It took me
Nice
forever.
deal. That was a nice deal.
Yeah. And then I dropped that, and I've got like 5 streaming services, and still saving $50 a month. Think I'm going to pay $190? I got to get the Bally, so I'm going to go $190 a month. No, too bad.
Too bad.
Don't watch it.
They're alienating a fan base. It's perfect. I love them.
They have ruined sports.
Single-handedly.
Oh, yeah, I make a T-shirt. I'll make that T-shirt myself.
Which one should we release first? Stick to Sex Gramps?
Well, that one, I think the Sex Gramps is an ultimate
What is
seller.
that of that? Bally's is the
Gramps
of apps.
How much did they pay the Cardinals to broadcast their game? Don't they have $1 billion team?
Yes, sir.
They're not going to give away their product.
Yeah, but maybe use some of that money to, like, make an actual app.
But if they had a great app, wouldn't they be giving away their product?
Look, I'm fine pirating it on my own. I'm talking about it just flat working for a whole game. Like, I use somebody else's account as well for my login for Bailey's app, and I can't use it. I don't care about, it being on cable. It's annoying. I'm just talking about being, like, having the access to watch it, and the app does not allow you to actually watch a game.
Well, Doug, people are paying for it with their cable, and it doesn't work. So the point is that, you want people to pay for this to make up your billions that you paid for it, but people do have cable, and they can't watch it because it sucks.
No, I have cable, and I can watch it.
Right, but what I'm saying is, like, so the idea behind the app is for people who are either on the go or can't be by their TV, but pay for their cable subscription to use on their laptop, phone, someone else's TV, and if you can't get the app, then they're just not, it's bad access to their product. They're not giving away their product. They're just not letting people who do pay for it access it.
And if you follow it on Twitter, people are pissed.
How are you guys paying for it?
What do you mean?
Like, Plowsy, what are you doing to pay for this?
Let's say my parents have cable, so they have the box, the modem there, but they have a login information. To pay your bill if you have issues. So that login information can be passed down to myself. So when you have your Bailey's app, you have to put in login information for your Spectrum television.
Right.
I use theirs. So I don't have the box and the modem at my house to watch every channel on cable. I do have their login information to go to apps like Jackson said, the ESPN app. You can go to TBS. You can go to Bailey's. Type that information in. You can watch live programming that way, but you don't have access on your TV to all of the cable providing channels because you don't have the box and the modem at your house. You just have the login information.
Including access to Bally Sports Midwest.
Yeah, the access is a commercial and then nothing. They're terrible. It's awful.
A commercial and a nothing.
Yeah, like every time I open my app, you get the 30-second ad, and then it just goes black, and then it logs in.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You're welcome to give your thoughts. Why don't you call in? Steve Schmidt Kia, North County phone line, 636-9004 TMA. You can text in 314-881-TMA5, and you are welcome to email in for our Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Balloon Party, Jeremy Rutherford joining me today at 10:15 on 101 ESPN, and Pepper and Jeannie, the TMA wrap-up show with the Plowhawk and Iggy. Doug, because I don't think we got enough into the Fan Page Club Championship presented by Michelob Ultra. This will be a little follow-up, so that's what you can look forward to on Pepper and Jeannie today.
Okay. I will look for a follow-up.
Exciting stuff.
Oh, well, also maybe we'll break down our my trivia night. Friday night.
Oh wow!
Question by question.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, we won't waste any time on this show with it. We'll waste time on Pepper and Jeannie with that.
Nice.
Okay.
A few things happened that night. So.
Oh wow, Doug, have you been properly teased?
No. I'd like to hear more.
Oh, well, you'll have to tune into Pepper and Jeannie.
Nice.
How'd you spell it this week?
I put Pep and Jen.
Who's got time to type out the whole thing?
Michelob Ultra is the sponsor of the Fan Page Club Championship and also the sponsor of the Dotem, and we are approaching 2 weeks from the party at Maggie O'Brien's, the Lisa Ann dating game. It's TMA Live from Maggie O'Brien's in Sunset Hills on Wednesday, May 18th. After party at Doug's, and that's going to be where?
Much of it is in the Barnoff area. I've decided some will be over by the ranch proper because I anticipate a lot of cars, and we can park them, kind of behind the rodeo arena back there. I've got some acreage.
Barnoff region. That's where it's going to be, the after party. Then get up early the next day for the Dotem from Normandy, presented by Michelob Ultra. Day 1, May 19th. Day 2, Friday, May 20th. It's all presented by Michelob Ultra. And, of course, the good people at Family Golf and Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer brewed for those who understand that it's only worth it if you enjoy it, containing only 95 calories and 2.6 grams of carbs. Michelob Ultra, it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Michelob Ultra is the title sponsor of the Dotem and the Fan Page Club Championship. And what you need to do is think about it. That Dogtown tie, and he had a drone out there yesterday, and he offered me a Michelob Ultra when I was looking for a beverage, and I was just looking for water. And I thought, boy, if I start now, Doug, I won't be able to stop.
Well, no.
So I withheld, and I must have drank 10 to 12 waters while we were out on the golf course yesterday. Because the wind was whipping so much, it made my mouth dry. My mouth was dry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got like windburn below my lip here.
I'm telling you. Walking the course yesterday, I usually burn I think 1,200 to 1,500 calories walking the course. I looked at my Whoop. Doug, this is my Whoop. Watch this. Here's my Whoop for those of you watching.
An Apple Watch?
It's a different device. It's called a Whoop. And I yesterday burned, Doug, you wanted the exact number, 3,515 calories.
Okay.
Sweet mother of mercy. I don't know why it was so.
Well, because if you're walking into the wind, it's like.
Yeah, I guess that must have been because
on your back.
because Gateway's so flat, it's a pretty easy walk. But I guess you're right, Jackson. That must have been what it was.
Right.
I don't know.
There was times where it was like, I was nervous if Plowsy leaped in the air, he would fly back.
You were worried you were going to blow away, Plowhawk?
There was a couple of times I was concerned.
I almost blew over an 11.
Yeah.
You did.
Into the water.
No, I mean I was bringing the club back in a big gust. My club went 3 different directions. I fell backwards, and I blew to the right instead of stopping. I hit the ball and just duck hooked it left.
How did Iggy's match go? Well, he blew away on 11.
Yeah, it is the worst. I mean, I barely hit the ball.
Like a plastic bag.
Felt like I had a wiffle ball bat in my hand. It was like all over the place.
What shot were you most proud of yesterday?
Probably that sand wedge to about 2 feet into gimme range. From about 80 yards out. Just stuck 2 feet and won the hole. And that 5-wood out of the trap was pretty sweet, too.
Doug, did you see the 5-wood out of the trap? It was a tough
I didn't
shot.
see any of the shot. Wasn't really that interesting.
You took a 5-wood out of his hand trap?
Yeah. I had a good lie. And it was far enough back, away from the lip. And Eric, who was caddying for Tim and filming, didn't get that one. Didn't get the wedge within 2 feet, but he sure as hell got the missed putt.
Oh.
Where were
You're
you
a
on
heck
those
of a
two?
shot, Smith.
Where were you on those two, buddy?
Doug, a guy with a 6-month-old comes out to shoot video for free, and he takes the high hard one on the radio for not capturing.
I yelled at him one time. I said, "What kind of a caddy are you? Grab the bag. Why is Tim carrying the bag if you're the caddy?"
I want to carry the bag. That's how I burn more calories.
Yeah,
That's all I got to work out these days. Doug, you know what I have?
No.
Slap tear.
A slap tear.
Me and Jack Flaherty, one and the same.
But he's coming back here in another month or so.
Oh, Tim never left.
No, hold on a second, Plowhawk. I heard a sound.
Oh, good luck with that. He said be reevaluated at the end of May. I mean, jeez.
Supposedly he's throwing now off flat ground.
It'll be after the All-Star break.
Wow, your vocal pitch changed there when you said after this.
It's so obvious.
Why such a negative attitude toward our ace?
Just get another low-hanging fruit 4A ball player. Kind of settle out that awesome rotation we have.
This Plowhawk
You're
is
down
bad
on
at
the
you.
ball club.
Down on a little bit. Well, they play on Bally, so I have no idea how they're playing. I assume they're losing, but...
Well, here's the difference. Jack Flaherty may come back with a slap tear. Tim, slap tear, never left.
Wow!
Well, Tim doesn't have to throw a baseball 98 miles an
He's
hour.
got to come in here and host and play golf.
We got compressing the ball.
Yep, which I don't do, but I sure do hit it high. Ken, I want to thank you for saying my name would be good for porn on last week's Pepper and Genie. Just tuned in, but sorry to hear that you once again got nervous and collapsed yesterday at the FPCC. Sucks to suck boots at some little Tommy Tribbins, the kid out there in the parking lot on a dirt bike.
Hey, you're welcome. How about mentioning you on Balloon Party Friday? Not Balloon Party. Pepper and Genie.
Same thing. Same topics.
And there was no nerves involved. I don't know how many times I have to tell you people that.
Well, come on. You couldn't even wait to get to the bathroom. You went in the middle of the fairway. I think the nerves have gotten so bad you've lost control of your bowels.
No, I'd gone I think it was on hole 14, so I'd gone 13 holes going to the bathroom. I had 3 waters, so, my prostate's fairly good. So I don't have to go every 2 holes.
Shots fired.
No, not at you. I don't have to go every 2 holes, so
So much like movies, we can rate
14 holes.
prostates good or bad.
That's
Yours
correct.
is good
Yeah.
and Jackson's bad.
Don't steal my IP.
I didn't say anything about Jackson's prostate. I said mine. I went 14 holes after 3 waters without having to go, and I just had to go. So nobody's looking. I'm out here. Bang. Now, there was a couple fairways over. If they want to put their rangefinders on me, look at Iggy's ween.
Oh, wow. You need
Have at it.
rangefinders?
They would throw you off the course if they caught you doing that.
Nice
No,
guys.
they wouldn't.
Yes, they would.
Well, put a porta-john out there somewhere.
That's what I was like.
No, they'd throw you out. If they catch you tinkling in the middle of the fairway, they would throw you
Not if
off
it's an
the course.
emergency.
No, they wouldn't.
Yes, they would.
I'm going to forfeit the match.
You're forfeiting?
That'd be
I
good.
lost anyway. What does it matter?
Guys, there is no way Flaherty comes back before July with PRP treatment on a slap tear. Thanks. That's from the 314.
Agreed.
Hey, doctor.
Do you think this is a doctor?
It must be.
Gotta
Must have that
watch
kind
it.
of information.
It's James Andrews.
I will say I was surprised when it was announced. Well, I think he was also surprised when they announced they had a slap tear. He wasn't too pleased about it. But when he announced he had a slap tear, they announced he had a slap tear and said he'd be back in May. And I'm thinking, wow, this is aggressive. But Doug, maybe they can do something with the medical technology they have.
I bet Flaherty
possibly.
laughed when he saw that story about him coming back in May.
Well, it was a couple days before his arbitration hearing, and he felt like it might have been a coincidence.
Well, maybe you're right, because they have a reputation of nailing
Boy, Doug, our producers are not happy here with
really
the...
upset with the ball club.
When you sign that contract with Bailey's, you better get ready to get the...
Bailey's takes a hit now.
The players are now just going to sign with Bailey's.
Well, they're taking pay cuts.
The players are signing with Bailey's.
Good luck. I know Bader probably one of their sponsors.
He hit a game-winning home run yesterday.
I didn't see it. I couldn't watch.
Two-run dinger.
Who's on the team? I don't even know.
The King.
That was his first of the year, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Off to a great start.
Morning, guys. For Mother's Day, be sure to scoop up a couple grits for the special lady in your life for a limited time when you purchase 3 calloused Cletus hand sex toys from Laxative and Lace. We'll throw in a handful of grit memberships at no additional cost. Use promo code Magoo for free shipping. Thanks. That's Jamel and Foley's caddy using a rangefinder to witness a weathered moccasin pissing in the bunker on 16. You don't want my piss? Then put a porta potty out in the fairway.
Weathered moccasin.
Your texts are as good as your emails. You could have saved that and won.
You imagine?
And his email will probably be even better.
Oh, my God. Love that Plowwild calls it Bailey's. The app's not worthy of correct pronunciation.
Exactly.
Free Carl Lee. Let's go Blues. Thanks. That's from Stepdad Gary.
Nice.
Who are we freeing?
Carl Lee. I believe he was involved in the film A Time to Kill. Am I correct on that, Doug? Was that Samuel L. Jackson?
I didn't know who Carl was
So
either.
No, I think that was Samuel L. Jackson's character in Time to Kill.
The only time I've seen Iggy more rattled than yesterday over that putt was meeting Nikki Glazer and also every interaction with Learn. That's from Big Tough.
I might be seeing things, but I think Nikki Glazer is in the building today.
Oh, is that right? You saw her, Blauck?
I thought you.
Her show started yesterday.
I actually want to watch it because I know
Yeah,
she was
so do
playing golf at Family Golf.
Yeah, I think I just saw her pass through like an hour ago.
She was close, I thought, last Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
You going to grab her again, Iggy?
If she walks by, we can throw her in for the 9 o'clock hour.
Throw her in.
Willingly.
Because we're talking about such important things.
I'm guessing she's on Courtney's show, so I'll see at the break if Courtney, hey, can you step in here for a bit? And we'll promote E.
We have 4 minutes and 40 seconds on this break.
We'll make it longer.
You're going to make the break longer?
Well, I can't.
I just won't be in. I'll go try to find
Break
Nikki.
times don't apply to you.
I'll go try to find Nikki and bring her in for a few minutes. She may be in for the whole show down there. I don't know.
You are... Guys, what is going on with the YouTube chat? They're talking about Gorman Thomas. Doug, you remember Gorman Thomas?
Swing and a miss, and that's a winner. A World Series winner for the Cardinals.
I think Engine 42 got him.
Iggy, didn't you say Gorman Thomas on Friday's show?
Yeah, I meant to say Gorman. I said Gorman Thomas, but Gorman, yeah, was he another home run yesterday? Is that 11?
He's got 11.
He got to break that door down, though, Doug.
Hitting streak 15 or 16. Forget, batting about 340.
Well, he needs to spend some time down there. He's got to play every day. How about if he plays every day here?
The odd thing is, not the odd thing, but the frustrating thing is that they're losing some close games because they don't generate any offense. And they bring up another guy, Donovan, who's gotten some at-bats, gotten a couple starts. What about his development?
Strong to quite strong.
Why are they not concerned about him playing every day?
Because they don't worry about his clock on June 1st.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious at this point. They're just gaining an extra year and just calling it what it is.
And then Marmol said the other day, he's hearing people wonder why they don't move Edmund to short and putting Gorman at second. He said, well, then we'd be weakening ourselves defensively at 2 spots. Well, wouldn't you be improving yourself at 2 spots offensively when that's really the need right now?
That's what he said, Doug. You're exactly right. You're lessening your defense in 2 spots. He's a gold glover, talking about Edmund at second. We have him improving at second, too. He's actually getting better at it. I hear people when they say, hey, what does it look like if he goes here and you bring up this guy? And I get it, but understand what you're potentially losing.
Now, when we're down 4-1, I want somebody to make a play in the hole rather than have, somebody hit a 3-run bomb to tie it. You got to keep it a 3-run lead instead of tying it. So
the whole issue is that they are committed to Paul DeYoung.
Yep.
That was the issue. I believe that was the issue with Mike Schilt fallout. I've been saying this here for months, both on 101 and in here, and now you are seeing it play out. So it's not surprising. It's exactly what it is. And he's off to such a bad start that it's putting him in a weird spot. I think if he would be just mediocre, and the definition of mediocre in baseball now has been lowered by the offensive performance of players across the game. But if he were just mediocre, they would be able to fly under the radar. But the man is hitting a $145 in the first month of the season, and is now at this point in a platoon with a guy who's hitting a $160.
Yeah, that $145 fits in nicely in a lineup that also has Carlson hitting a $175, and O'Neill hitting a $178.
That's right.
And Dickerson hitting right at the 200 clip.
That's right.
Yep. So they're also committed to Dickerson because they could bring Gorman up and play him 4 games out of 5 as a starting left-handed DH if they wanted.
You are correct. So that's what this whole thing is. And, if you take a step back, and not to say that, because I still think they make the playoffs, but I think they make the playoffs kind of by default. You put them in the National League West or the National League East, and I don't think they make the playoffs. But because of who they get to play, more than who the other teams around baseball get to play, they get to play these three randos in the Central that are just shutting her down. That they will, I think, get to around 85 wins. Of course, injuries, you never know what changes that thing. But with that said, what was the addition this offseason? I'm not talking about the marketing one. I'm talking about the addition, and the addition was Steven Matz.
Dickerson, too.
Yeah, but I mean, that wasn't really... I mean, listen, if people thought that was going to be a thing, then maybe I'm misjudging it. I didn't get excited about that. I think Pujols can and will continue to help them offensively, but in spots... there just wasn't any addition offensively. And you had an obvious one to tend to it short, and that's what they didn't want to do. So maybe it's because they're going, okay, we'll see if DeYoung can get going for 2 months, and if not, then we'll bring up Gorman on June 1st. Maybe that's what the move will be.
At some point, he's going to force their hand. I mean, you can't have a guy at AAA on a pace to hit 60 home runs while your offense is struggling here. How long do you keep him down there? You going to keep him down to hit 20 home runs by the end of May and say, well, we're not quite sure he's ready? He might be the best left-handed hitter you got in the whole organization. You got outfielders doing nothing. Nothing.
For the record, let's see what we got the math on this. He is hitting a home run in once out of every 7 at-bats. He has 78 at-bats and 11 home runs.
Didn't do that. Mark McGwire didn't do that.
And he has 25 hits in 78 at-bats. So it's not like the average. It's not like this is a Dave Kingman, Joey Gallo spot. This is
he strikes out a lot, but who doesn't?
But he is hitting .321. He has an OPS of 1.141, and you got the Cardinals' offensive situation, and they played 2 decent teams in the month of April, and they come out of the month of April, and when you include yesterday's win, I guess for the month of April they were 11-10, and so I guess that the record might cloud it, but you're playing a bunch of teams in the month of April who are not going to be competitive this year. As weird as it sounds, it's kind of like if Missouri beats Abilene Christian and Louisiana Tech. That's what you now have in baseball. You have teams that are Abilene Christians and Louisiana Techs, and you have teams that are Alabamas and Georgias. And the Cardinals got a whole lot more of Louisiana Tech and Abilene Christian in the month of April. But when they had to play Alabama and Georgia, if you even want to call the Brewers and the Mets, Alabama and Georgia, it didn't work out too well. And the Diamondbacks are not a team that's expected to be in that category of greatness either, and they had to scrap to get to split that series. So it should be eye-opening. Tyler O'Neill was not that guy that he was last year for the first few years of his career. So sometimes things are outliers. Paul DeYoung has not been a good offensive player for a while now. I would love for it to work out, but that's not who he is, and it isn't who he's been for a while now. And on top of it, he's striking out a ridiculous, you want to talk about rates, he's had 55 at-bats, and he struck out 20 times. So you want to talk about Nolan Gorman's strikeouts, that's fine, but Paul DeYoung struck out 20 times in 55 at-bats. And Yadier Molina's not going to do anything. So you now have two out of 9 spots in your lineup that are not going to be productive offensively. And then when you add in the fact that the offense is struggling for the outfield at the moment, it puts a hell of a lot of pressure on a handful of players.
Well, the stat that says it all is the Vaughn Index.
What do you got?
That right now is at a 2. The Vaughn Index is at a 2.
What is that, a run per game?
No, it's not.
It isn't?
They haven't scored 2 in quite a few of their games. But the Vaughn Index is at 2, and I thought it would be lower than that at this point. I think a lot of us did.
What is 2? 2 games back or 2 games over?
That's the Vaughn Index, bro.
That's the
what
index.
is it? So what is it?
Don't you know ball?
What does it match?
You don't watch.
I don't know what it matches. It's a very complicated formula.
Teams over 500?
No, it's a home record, away record. There's an algorithm that I put through there. There's runs scored, there's runs allowed.
I'm just trying to figure out what it is. How many games over 500 are there?
Run differential, 3 games over 500.
Well, it's not that. Are they 2 games back?
It's not a simple little number,
How
my
many
friend.
games back are they?
They're 2 games back.
Oh, okay. Well, I figured it out.
What do you mean by you figured it out?
Well, that's merely a coincidence. Sometimes the math works that way. Math is nice that way, isn't it? It's tidy. It's complete.
If I'm a player,
finite.
coming up in the organization for the Cardinals, my first idea, get Mosaic Starbucks every single day. Because all you need to do to make a roster spot here and keep your spot is just be friends with the GM.
What
kind of charge is that?
That's a serious charge. Even Iggy's shaking that one off.
Carpenter and DeYoung had a good rapport with Mo, and they just kept playing him, man. Kept playing. 140 in the first month of the season. Just stop.
I think the bigger issue is they're just under contract.
Wait, he's only making 8, right? Am I correct on that?
Yeah, but it's $8 million, and they're just. I mean, that's what the deal is here.
Well, and he is a good defensive shortstop. That's the X factor. He is. He's not spectacular, but he's steady.
But you bring up defense when you have two players that are very similar offensively. Obviously, you pick the one that has I mean, it's so obvious that Gorman needs to play, and I think you take the hit on defense to have some sort of offensive spark that could spark other players as well.
Yeah, well, that's the big argument. That's the fundamental argument.
That you need a hit?
Do you want to try to improve the offense and maybe lessen the defense, or do you want to just go the way you're going now?
I would put a walrus at shortstop if they're bopping him.
This is a fine observation by the great Larry Thornton. He says a huge problem with the Cardinals is they can see a bad year as an outlier, but they refuse to see a good year as an outlier. They assume once you had a good year, that is now your floor. And that's one of the observations I've been making. You know, Tyler O'Neill was incredible last year. He was, but he wasn't before that. And so, you know, who is it? I don't know. But body of work. But DeYoung now, this is going back to 2019. You know, first half of 2019, fine. But the second half, and he was a liability in the playoffs, and it is carried over. So you're talking about a good amount of sample size. This isn't based on just one bad month.
And don't forget about Carlson. I mean, who's been worse than him? He's hit 175. He plays every night. He's got 0 home runs and 4 RBIs as a right fielder in an offensive position.
You are correct, sir. We got a break. We have the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour coming up. This wraps up our appliance discounters 8 o'clock hour. Appliance discounters, your hometown appliance source featuring major brands like GE. Iggy is going to go just walk into Courtney's studio and grab Nikki Glazer.
No, I just texted
Jiggle
her.
the handle.
What'd she say?
She hasn't got back to me.
Oh.
She doesn't check her DMs.
She doesn't have her phone on during the show like us. Or like me.
You thought she might leave the show she's on to come here?
No, I just texted her and said, see if Nikki can bop in for a minute and say hi.
Oh, you like that bop in?
Well, you did get us Tim Meadows last week.
Yeah, how about that? I missed that. That sucks.
So good.
Yeah,
Man. I got up at 4:25 on Friday. I'm like, I think I can do it. I really do. But I was thinking, we've got this client event at the Blues game on Friday night, and then if I am sick, I'll get everybody sick. So then I go in and I get tested, and I have strep throat. I really didn't think I'd try. I thought I was just sick. But holy moly. But I really wanted to meet Tim Meadows, and I was looking forward to talking it over with him. Great getting.
So good.
Oh, yeah, man. I bet that was an outstanding interview.
It was. Well, thanks to Meredith from Helium.
Meredith from Helium.
And thanks to Riz for saying no problem. You can take him before us as long as he's done by 9 o'clock for us. So that was nice of those guys.
Yep. It is time for us to take a break. We'll come back, and maybe Nikki Glazer will bop in to the Michelob Ultra Studios. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning.
Hey, it's Jackson from Mark Hanna. TMA listeners have a lot to think through financially. Saving for retirement and college while also paying bills and enjoying life along the way. Whether you're like me and starting your financial planning, or if you're already retired, call Mark Hanna. Mark works with you to design a strategy to do your finances right. It's a straightforward approach that starts with a 15-minute phone call to discuss your needs. Visit evergreenstl.com or give Mark a call at 314-889-0503 today. Mark Hanna offers securities through Equitable Advisors and insurance and annuity products through Equitable Network, LLC. Hey, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that Rosalita's Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From tableside guac to piled high nachos, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita, and Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 7, and let Rosalita's cater your next event. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Tullamore Dew is one of the best known and most loved Irish whiskeys in the world. Founded in 1829 in the town of Tullamore and inspired by early owner Daniel E. Williams, whose initials live on each bottle to this day. As one of the world's top 2 Irish whiskeys, Tully prides itself on exceptional liquid quality. The original triple blend of malt whiskey, grain whiskey, and pot still whiskey come together to create an unrivaled taste and character like no other in the category. Tullamore Dew, Irish whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York. Please enjoy Tullamore Dew responsibly. If you are a commercial property manager, property owner, small business owner, or are involved in operations, listen up. Engineer Design Facilities has become the #1 commercial fire alarm service provider in the market. EDF's goal is to not increase your operating budget, but rather decrease it, and at the same time service your business's commercial fire alarm needs with the most experienced and competent technicians this region has to offer. Make sure your building is up to code. Email fire@edf-rg.com to schedule your systems evaluation today. That's fire@edf-rg.com. This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago and they still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com. Hey, this is Tim McKernan for Design Air Heating and Cooling. I am a very happy client. Design Air Heating and Cooling and Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff, which you can find online at designairservice.com. Just go to the website, click on the Book Now tab, and any issues you may be having with your HVAC system, they will take care of immediately. The customer service second to none. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com. Enterprise Contracting is your locally owned and operated storm damage insurance claims specialist in roofing, siding, and gutter replacement and repair. They can help evaluate your home for storm damage from hail and wind that the St. Louis area continually receives year-round. Work with the great Connor Lee at Enterprise Contracting. Give them a call and just mention the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM at 314-455-5000. That's 314-455-5000.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. The Ryan Kelly Morning After exists because of the name on the show, and that's Ryan Kelly. You have been our title sponsor for a decade. You are the one we thank, and many people around town, the one that gets the blame for the show.
I do get the blame, too. I get all the glory and all the blame. I got to tell you, it's just humbling to hear what you just said. I remember I started with the text line sponsorship, and then after the first day, I go, I'll take the whole show. I love it so much. And refinance or buying a house, why'd you go anywhere else? Visit thehomeloanexpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326240.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at tmastl.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Watch TMA on YouTube. Click the bell to subscribe. Download the podcast. Find it at tmastl.com or wherever you podcast. And check us out on TikTok at TMASTL.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2,
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Well, this is Iggy's request, but Doug, as you notice, he's not here. Now he's here. And now he's back. It's the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. Screaming over the audio. Michelob Ultra Studios, Maggie O'Brien's. Doug, here he is. Look at him. He got into a mood there. You see that?
Yes.
Seductive.
Is looking out for number one. Then you. Out for number one.
Oh, so good. How good is this, Doug?
This is okay. This is nice.
You would never guess this is Bachman Turner Overdrive.
No.
Did you guess it, Doug?
I did because I heard him say that before he.
I was just a little late because I saw Nikki on the hallway. We hugged and talked for a bit.
You hugged.
I was going to shake her hand, and she came in for the hug. She's got to go pick up her dog.
You think she has a thing for you?
She has to go pick up her dog. I guess Courtney said something because as soon as she hugged me, she goes, I can't come. I got to go pick up the dog. I want to stop in, but I got to go pick up the dog. It's okay.
Doug, it sounds like she wanted to come in, but just...
She didn't want to come in. She doesn't even own a dog.
Yeah, I saw it in the E story.
The who?
Or E Entertainment.
What?
Reality show. It's on E Entertainment.
Talk Soup with Greg Kinnear.
Where would you have to pick up a dog? Dog's getting a haircut or something?
Maybe a vet. I didn't ask her. I didn't want to be late for the show. So I said, got to run.
It's the oldest excuse in the book.
I don't believe she had nothing to do. I guarantee you she just stopped in for a bit.
When you step away, when you go to work, the dog stays at home. It sleeps until you go back home. You don't have to pick it up anywhere.
Maybe she dropped it off, came in to do Courtney's show, and has to go. Maybe it's at the groomer.
I don't know.
Maybe she was out of town and it's at the kennel. I don't know.
I don't know.
I didn't get into it. She was very sweet, and like I said, I just wanted to shake hands, and she goes, oh, good to see you, and came in for the hug.
But does not want to appear on the show.
No.
She's picking up her dog.
Right.
And I said, congrats on the E! Show. It's going to be great to watch. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet and nervous.
She said nervous, did she?
She did on the show last time.
Were you nervous out there talking to her?
No, I don't get nervous.
Well, obviously on the 17th hole, you were pretty darn nervous to miss a putt like that.
Well, you'll see how nervous I am. They say I'm nervous around Learn, too, which is fabrication. We got a sound story Friday.
Oh, she's interviewing you.
Yeah, I have no clue why.
30 years in radio.
She even sent out an email. She goes, what, Steve, you're not coming in? Why am I doing this?
It is odd. Yeah. It is odd.
That'll be fun. I don't know what she's going to ask me. I don't know what.
You going to give this to your heirs?
He owns it. He's paying for it.
We'll give it to his heirs.
So he can do what he wants with it. Maybe he wants to hear me. Maybe he wants to hear me cry or something. I don't know. I don't know what Lerner's going to get out of me.
Is there something she could get out of you that would make you cry?
I don't know. She just asked, can you do it Friday? I said, whatever's good for you. I'm wide open. And I said, and you just ask me whatever you're comfortable with. I don't want to make you uncomfortable, so you just ask whatever you want that you're comfortable with. I'm comfortable with everything, so.
Here come the waterworks.
I don't know. Just to get into my personal life, family stuff.
There are things in your personal life that would bring you to tears.
Probably.
She probably went for the hug because your hand was shaking so much from unbridled anxiety.
Oh, look,
so Minute Bowl eligible.
He's so nervous. I better hug him.
Sometimes a pickpocket will hug you to try to get your wallet.
I guess I don't think she's worried about money.
Probably not.
If you're going to pickpocket me and Iggy probably wouldn't be the one.
Yeah, you'd be very, very depressed once you took my wallet.
Oh, my God, there's nothing but dust in here.
$2 I went through for $2.
Got a Magnum in there.
Really? You seen me?
Well, you said you needed a rangefinder to see it.
Well, I was from 2 fairways away.
You could see the shadow.
Bill is here. Bill
so no nerves.
It's okay even to admit it. I mean, you're among co-workers here.
Look, there's nothing I lie about. So if I was nervous, I would say that. Oh, that 3-foot putt.
Were you nervous when you met Lady Gaga?
I was a little bit.
All right,
and
that stands to reason.
Yeah, and then she made me feel very comfortable. So then I wasn't nervous. But I was the first time.
How about when you met Ty Babylonia?
No. I said 2 people. Gaga, and I was a little nervous meeting Jenny Finch.
Oh, that's right, because she was so beautiful.
She was. And I actually was so nervous I said that. God, you're just beautiful.
Rest in peace, Stan.
I was nervous when I met Stan Musial.
See, I wasn't.
Maybe she was too embarrassed to admit she was actually heading to her 30-year La Petite Academy reunion with Sandy Shoemaker, Bonnie Bittenbender, and Gail Vulva. Thanks. That's from Cal May's oversized T-shirt, unavailable to go to charity events I'm not invited to.
Oh, I got a grade school reunion with a couple of girlfriends of mine.
What? That was Nikki. Nikki was picking up her dog, Doug. She was not available.
Right.
That would have been funny if she said that. I got a couple of grade school girls that are in town I got to go meet. Hey, wait a minute. I used that. Of course, I wasn't using it. It was true.
You will never hear a shakier voice than on that sound story with Iggy and Learn. Iggy will be so nervous that he will have to urinate on the spot just like he did over that 17th hole putt yesterday.
Oh.
Who was that?
The St. Charles from Aphrodite.
All right, Hermie.
Hermie.
You want to bet? And if you hear my voice shake at all or tremble at all, learn. If you hear my voice crack, we'll make a bet.
All right. What is the bet?
Whatever he wants to bet.
Okay.
I am very comfortable around Learn.
He's already nervous.
There it comes.
I did that on purpose, mumbling. I'm so nervous. No, I don't. That's one thing I don't get nervous around anything. I enjoy speaking in front of a crowd. I enjoy playing golf in front of people. Bunch of people on the tee box yesterday. What I do? Blast it down the left side, of the left to right, at 140 in. I don't get nervous around that.
That was a true test there, that shot.
Yes, in front of a bunch
There
of.
was upwards of 7 people.
There were 7 people on that tee
Yeah, there
box.
are more than that. Well, there's still people.
They're all Wisconsin.
Okay. I was always at home alone.
Yeah, if that's.
Working towards my dreams.
If I sound like that on Friday, then you want to bet whatever you want to bet.
God.
God, you people.
I just think a sedative would help you. Relax you a little. Take the edge off.
Yeah, maybe I'll take a Molly.
It's not
no.
sedative.
It's not. We're going in the wrong direction here.
I don't know what Mollies do.
It's
it makes you
ecstasy. That's just straight ecstasy, bro.
Maybe a Xanax.
You'll be rolling.
That's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Look at this glorious picture that Eric just sent me. I mean, Iggy, would you like a poster of that? You could probably use
Oh,
that.
look at that.
Doug, would you want to use that?
Well, I can't see it. The stocking cap Iggy has over his mic covers everything.
Oh, thank you, Eric, the caddy, who is a videographer.
Oh,
duh.
Who is that? You?
Yeah. It's my
The best
worries.
part of that would be if you saw the ball like on the right-hand side in the air.
Yeah,
clearly
like
going
heading right
over
into the bushes.
I would like to see the drone because there were
Dogtown
times-
Town. Well, Jackson posted some.
I thought I watched every one. I saw a drone that he did over the
Instagram feed.
property before we
People
started.
can watch it right now. TMA_STL. They're up there right now.
I'll have to go look. Because
Dogtown Ty is dropping me off the entire card of video.
Oh, my.
He shot. He's going to drop that off here to there tomorrow.
Did he win his match? I know he was playing later in the
I
afternoon.
don't think he was 3 or 4 down at the turn.
Wow, who was he up against, Doug? That's somebody we're going to have to keep an eye on. He was up against Brett Hinnon.
Who's a player. He's a player.
Doug, what do you like about Brett Hinnon's game?
He's a player. This guy Hinnon.
This Vaughn.
This guy plays.
This Vaughn.
But he narrow stance, really, like maybe even less than shoulder width apart, but real ball striker.
Like Fino?
Maybe even narrower. Like really feet narrow, but really good move and.
Doug, you like when somebody says good move or not?
No, I don't like good move.
His impact was
a nice swing.
Tasteful impact.
That
Tasteful impact. Stop it.
That Nick Basler, I only saw him on one tee shot on one. That dude hit the best shot, or best drive on one I've ever seen.
Well, he's like a 1.
He was sick.
That was unbelievable.
Is that Nick or Will Basler?
I think it was Will.
Doug, who did Basler play?
He said he played
I think
at
it was
McKendree.
Will.
Hey, what about Jakey Big Mistakey?
Oh, he was in rare form, just looking like a
Did he win?
real wildcat. I have no idea.
I think he won. I think he won.
Jakey, he played the guy who got a hole in one, right?
Yeah, I think he lost that hole.
Yeah, I would
Think?
agree.
Yeah, I think that one.
Unless he got a pop and birdie, that'd be kind of a
That would
bad
be
break. We had a hole in one. And
hilarious.
If you ace a hole,
If you're
and
getting a
lose.
pop on that hole, things have gone wrong for you. Let's see. Jakey played Drew Walters, who got a hole in one.
Yeah, I don't.
Danity Stack won, right?
Yes.
Saw Danity Stack yesterday.
Bomber.
Bomber.
Mark Milton won.
Mark Milton, Doug.
Yeah.
Should have tied.
Will Basler was playing. James Haley. Doug, did Haley or Basler win?
Hell, I don't know.
Did he write roots?
Dude, Guy and him played.
It was Alex
next,
Haley.
potentially. Are you kidding me?
Guy won.
Guy won.
Doug, Guy won.
Guy won.
If it's Guy and Will, they're playing almost straight up.
Wow, that'll be a Jim Dandy.
Someone just said Jakey lost.
No, Jakey, big mistake, he lost.
Oh, no. What'll we do? What will we do?
Yeah, he's a great American.
What did KG in O-Town do? Lose?
Doug, did KG and O-Town win or lose?
I don't know.
Well, his calves are looking good, man.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
He did the rare. He's in good shape. He tucked in his quarters up to his shorts. That's when you're really in good shape.
Oh.
His
What
calves.
about the people's champion, Fred Friedman?
I don't know if I met him yesterday.
Did he show up? I didn't even see him.
What's Ravi call him? El Ocho Magnifico?
Yeah, the People's Eight.
People's Eight.
He was the, I think
Iggy,
he's probably out there.
Iggy and I were driving around after we were done, and we met Scott Pullman, so he must have been in that group. Remember that? We met, I go, and I said, hey, what's up? How are you? Nice to meet you. Scott Pullman. I go, oh, yeah, that's the guy who was offering us a round at Bogey Hills if we put him on the list. So that means he was Fred Free. You played Fred last year.
I don't remember what he looked like.
Why didn't you guys come by and see me and Plowsy play?
Once we ran into the Cletus Todd Callahan group, we knew that's where the video had to be.
We couldn't leave that. We couldn't leave that group.
Right.
I pulled up, and the first video Cletus mounted me, Doug. He was riding me cowgirl.
Did you fight his advances?
Initially, I did, and then I settled in.
You submitted. So you were a willing power bottom?
No, I topped him.
Cletus is a hybrid. He doesn't care.
Cletus isn't a bottom.
Well, in that situation, he was.
Yeah.
Well, he'll sit back and let it happen, but he's the aggressive one.
So he's a top?
I think he's a top, but if he wants to be a bottom, he just kind of submits to whatever.
There's no way I'm going to be a bottom on that bed he has.
I thought he was an ex-Marine butch top
dungeon. A dungeon with a bunch of dark cherry furniture. Just the creepiest bedroom I've ever seen.
Same color as the girdle.
Jakey lost to Wooden Shoe 02?
Who's playing with wooden shoes out there?
Teotopoulos?
Some fellow from Holland?
That'd be Teotopoulos, the wooden shoes.
Wooden shoes hurt. Have you ever put wooden shoes on your feet? Gosh,
no,
they
it's
hurt.
2022. Why would I put on wooden shoes?
Because you had a relative go to Holland. They came back with wooden shoes, and you put them on. That's what happened to me, and they hurt.
One of my dad's customers at Charcoal House brought in a couple of Heineken wooden shoes. He brought them home, and I put them on, and they hurt like hell.
They do hurt.
Why would someone wear a wooden shoe?
I don't know.
That's what they wear in Holland.
Holland.
They don't now, but there must have been at some point in the history where they did.
No, Doug, the mascot for the Teotopoulos High School is the Teotopoulos wooden shoes. That's what this guy's probably 02 grad.
Probably.
You know what the little Dutch boy wore?
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't think they really did. I think it was probably a myth.
I think they did. Back in the day.
Maybe if you go back 1,000 years or so, someone was wearing wooden shoes.
Well, I put them on and they hurt. I got a splinter.
Mine hurt too.
Guys, did I just hear a man who's probably 5 years away from needing Velcro shoes say he was going to pop a Molly to relax? Thanks, that's Juan from BP.
Change is hard.
I don't know what a Molly is.
Ecstasy.
Velcro shoes
it'd be so great
if you
were rolling balls while Hearn interviewed you.
You would get naked and
you'd just be standing and dancing. That's what you would do.
That would be the end of your run at Hubbard, I think.
You would just be
it would be a good 4 months.
It'd be like
good video of Lauren running the opposite way out of the studio.
Tommy, the producer for the TMA show, was rolling on ecstasy during an interview today. Is that something that was planned?
Somebody told me it was an aspirin to relax.
Well, that's probably somebody that wants to have sex with you.
Oh.
I don't do drugs.
I don't either.
James Carlton does insurance. You can get your insurance anywhere. Ask yourself, what is my provider doing for me? Do I have to hit prompts? Do I have to deal with chatbots? Am I put on hold? Is it always a different person? Are they local? Are they proactive in the community? Do they represent the #1 provider of auto and home insurance in the U.S.? Well, James Carlton checks all the boxes. He is my insurance agent, so I speak highly of him because I am so pleased to be a client of his. 314-961-4800 or go online at carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton. Pause. State Farm. Send your emails in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. It's coming your way here in about 12 minutes the morning after at InsideSTL.com. The morning after at InsideSTL.com. Iggy, you were critical of a St. Louisan who's also from St. Louis U High and St. Gabriel, so it hit a little close to home for me, who calls minor league baseball, and then he also calls soccer with Matt Rocchio. Am I correct on this?
Yes.
Oh, I just thought the call was a little cheesy.
Okay, well, we have Jackson has sent another one over. Take a listen.
Let's hear it. Hit the lever
came back to America. For years, I just used to smash the Louisville Sluggers. And
there's a bouncer up the middle, grabbed by Pena, flip to Rivera, go to first!
Yeah.
Oh, baby! Defense cleaner than a Lysol brand OnlyFans account. Let's go to the bottom half of the fourth. Still tied, nada here in Fredericksburg. Declan Horgan back with us when we come back on the Fred Nats Baseball Network.
I like that guy.
Running only.
How about that, Doug?
Was he interviewing Liam Neeson?
Was he trying to do a Shannon imitation there?
I don't think so.
Here's the back turn. I think he was doing a Shannon imitation.
There's a bouncer up the middle, grabbed by Pena, flip to Rivera, go to first!
Yeah.
Oh, baby! Defense cleaner than a Lysol brand OnlyFans account.
That's pretty good.
Cheesy as hell.
Oh, and now he's back on him again.
It's colorful.
No, I said he's probably a great announcer, but
Sounds like it. Someone will give him a shot in the big show.
You don't. He's sitting down writing things to say during the game.
And you don't respect it.
That's
defensive
okay.
play, I think I'll use Lysol OnlyFans for that one.
I'm sure he thought of it before, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
But people at the top level do that too. Like, who was it? Iron Eagle when...
Well, I know Nance does it before the Masters is over. He's going to figure out who's going to may win. He's got things ready to go.
Iron Eagle, John Moran threw down a sick dunk, and he said it's a jawbreaker. Like, he had that kind of in his pocket if he knew that would happen.
Yeah, I said, well, that's cheesy too. I like what he's trying to do. It's a minor league game, trying to spice things up. But
Fred Nats.
not just, what's his name?
Joey Zanaboni.
Yeah, not just Zanaboni, just anybody who does it. I think it's kind of cheesy, but to each his own. I'm not critiquing his play-by-play. His play-by-play is
In the
great.
air, left field, and gone.
There you go.
Pick up this.
That's your kind of guy.
Just tell me what happened. Long over the fence, gone. That's fine. I know. Home run. Okay. Now, if it's the hometown guy, yeah, but, you don't hear Dan McLaughlin doing that. Long one is further than it took me to drive to Gateway yesterday, 30 minutes. That's out of here. You make up stuff like that.
No. You don't hear much of
Mr.
that.
and Mrs. Dotem and their son, Deke.
There you go.
hear that.
They want to say hi to family and friends back home in St. Louis. That's from the Dotems.
Okay, it wasn't.
Just tell me who's in the stands. There you go. Short and sweet.
Well, a lot of announcers need their own style, and I expect in the minor leagues you got to do something to get noticed.
Okay, I'm not sure that's going to get him noticed in the big leagues.
I don't know.
But he's having fun in the minors. He's doing a good job. Congrats. I'm sure he does a great job with Rockio. Haven't heard it, but I'm sure they do a great job.
Perfect.
There's probably some team desperate to grow a fan base,
Yeah.
looking for a different sort of announcer.
Gus Johnson made it work.
I mean, Adam Young 8 years ago was calling Grizzly games, and now he's like the director of broadcasting in Mexico State. That dude was great, and I
Is that
knew
a promotion?
immediately. Yeah, I love
Iggy, you are down on the minor league announcer.
I'm just saying you can grow your brand.
But he went from an announcer to working in New Mexico State in the
He does
PR
play-by-play,
department.
though. He's still does play-by-play for basketball and baseball. But
It's a tough gig to make it to
You
the
having a
major
treat
leagues.
by
I hear a
chance, bro?
spoon just clattering around.
Spoonbee.
yeah, I just had a Chobani flip. Peach cobbler.
I've read.
Peach cobbler.
Yeah, my lunchbox actually.
What do you got in there?
That sounds crazy.
Twinkie?
Didn't even get to the crumb cakes yet.
I have some Lifesaver gummies.
You're intermittent fasting.
I didn't see the Lifesaver gummies yesterday.
Just a
What time are
handful.
you here to 5? You here to 5 today?
Here to like 3, so I got a stock. I got a Lunchable in the fridge.
Have you?
God almighty.
Morning, guys. Speaking of Zambonis, Raby was out there looking like a snack yesterday with first-generation AirPods and a short-sleeve hoodie. That Dippin' Dots kiosk at the Kiel Center money must be nice. Thanks. That's from Ellen Foley's wooden shoe cobbler down there at the Sharkle House.
I wanted to take that short sleeve hoodie. I wanted that short sleeve hoodie. It was super cool, but he did have AirPods in the whole round.
What's he listening to?
He didn't want to talk with his playing partner?
He told me he could smell the grint in the air.
Chris Heck's a real player, though, isn't he?
Yeah. Chris Heck's good. From the couple swings I saw him take,
Isn't he like a? He's like a.
I mean, a 3.
3? Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good player.
So what's Raby listening to?
You'll have to ask him.
That's a man who's nervous if you're putting earbuds in to try and listen to music while you're playing.
It
There was a
looked
guy
like-
on the tour called, I think it was called Radio Rich Zokel.
Doug Radio Rich Zokel.
Maybe they called him Disco.
Does Madison Hedgecock met him?
Disco Zokel. But he would play the whole round. PGA Tour events. Play the whole round with earphones in. Take them out, talk to his caddy, and then put him back in.
There's a character in Hardball. I think that was the one played by the great Michael B. Jordan, who was listening to Big Papa by Biggie Smalls during the entire time.
Oh,
of
Michael B.
pitch.
Jordan's in that?
Yeah, in Hardball.
Man, I used to watch it a ton.
R.I.P.G. baby.
I like it when you call me Big Papa.
Where'd that come from?
That was Michael
That's
B.
Biggie Smalls.
Yes.
Biggie Smalls.
That's the
Okay.
song.
I love it when you call me Big Papa.
Put your hands in the air if you's a true player.
Oh,
Boy, that's great music. That is. I can see why that was such a big hit.
How does that sound?
And Nikki Haley driving to get her dog right now, really but disappointed. She's
Nikki
not
Haley?
here.
Nikki who?
Oh, Nikki Glazer, my bad. Who's Nikki Haley?
I think she's a senator.
Didn't Drew Walters play him yesterday?
Oh, yeah, probably. I get my name.
Like she was a governor, then she was a UN ambassador. What is she doing now? Nikki Haley. And she was here on the Courtney show just moments ago picking up a dog.
I don't think that was her.
She run for president?
I believe that's coming.
She was going to run for governor of South Carolina or something?
Oh. My bad. I didn't mean to derail it.
She's very highly thought of.
Derail what? This thing's been living off the rails since 2004. Let's see what we got. Somebody said Joe Pott has made it from Grizzlies to SIUE to KMOX Cardinals. Michigan Video Vault.
He has.
Well, he's not play-by-play. He's doing pre- and post-game for the Cardinals.
He does play-by-play of SIU Edwardsville.
Yeah, well, what did he do before that?
I don't know what he did before.
It says Gateway Grizzlies to the SIUE Cougars to the KMOX.
What was his name again?
Joe Pott.
I love Joe Pott.
Not to be confused.
Joe Pott.
Pott's a great guy.
There's no S on the end of that.
I put S's when they're supposed to be and not
But
when
you
they're
can't put that on the end of a fella's name.
Joe Pott is a great guy. I know Joe. He does a great job on KMOX. I'm sure at SIU.
Whatever.
I'm sure at SIU he's not. Three-pointer from the corner. That is well in the net. Last time I saw a net like that, there was an 8-pound bass in there. It's good. He's not doing
Always
it.
gets back to the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame and the 8-pound bass.
Well, that's what this guy's comparing it to the Zamboni guy.
Who? Oh, the guy, yeah.
Nikki Haley.
Somebody is unhappy with the pace of play yesterday. 20 minutes to play a hole. How can none of you golf guys realize how slow that is? That's from the 314. I couldn't agree more with the text. I don't know who was saying it wasn't slow, though.
Oh, we were saying very much. Like I said, 4 o'clock, Plowsy. I asked Plowsy what time it was. He said it's almost 4 o'clock. We were on the 7th tee box.
Yeah.
What time did you tee off? What time did the ball fly in the air on number 1?
1:55.
Yeah,
so you're 25 minutes behind.
Yes, we were. Well, our tee time was 1:45.
Yeah.
It's a tough thing because when you're out there, first off, I doubt most people know the rule is 3 minutes. Because it was changed recently. You have 3 minutes to look for a ball.
Yeah, but now it's 3.
It's 3. But then you're in a spot, in an event that is, for lack of a better term, social. And you're in a weird spot because you don't want to tell somebody, hey, your 3 minutes is up. You know what I mean?
Right.
I know
that's why it's done for pace of play.
It is. And that's the reason why it was slow yesterday. Otherwise, that wouldn't have happened. But it was people looking for balls because, people were hitting it into that area where it was burnt out, and that's why it was slow.
Right.
So it's a tough spot.
Yeah. It's tough to tell somebody you barely know, hey.
Right. Exactly.
Cut it off. We're trying to keep the.
But for the purpose of the second round, though I'll be playing kind of individually, whatever. Right. Maybe I'll play with you and Chris Heck.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when we're gonna play. I'm hoping to play. I would love to play this week or next week.
No.
Really, I don't want to take a couple weeks off. So I'd like to get it going.
Have practice.
I don't know, man. I played very well.
Did you really?
With not a lot of practice. My driver was there.
What'd you shoot, Plow?
I have no idea. Okay. I have absolutely no idea. Well, he kept his score, and all I cared about was 1 up, 1 down, all square at that point, because you're picking up sometimes, and.
Word on the street is that you're long and straight on the golf course and in the bedroom.
I wouldn't say the bedroom. For money, I would do anything in the bedroom.
Oh.
Plowsy his driver was on fire yesterday.
It was money.
Well, I'll give Tim credit, too, because he's talking about the pace of play, and you don't want to call it on a guy where you're playing. His guy lost the ball, dropped, hit another ball, and after he hit it, he found the ball. And it had been 6 minutes, and Tim said, we'll just call this a draw hole, even though, you already hit your shot. You can't hit your shot. Oh, I found it, then hit another one. So instead of saying, no, you can't do that, Tim just said, we'll call this hole a draw.
Because first off, and I say this not because he wasn't a sandbagger. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he was.
And he just entered 4 scores in April, so I don't think he really had a normal standard handicap. He's a better player than an 18 handicap. But, it's a weird spot. He's got all these cameras and us running around there, and it's a weird spot for him, so I kind of felt badly. And, and he had 2 different times where Eric
The caddy/videographer thought he found his ball in that burnt-out spot, and he was getting ready to hit it. And he goes, "That's not my ball," because he had marked his ball with 3 black dots. And one of the times the dots were the same, but they were blue, and he realized they weren't his. So he called it on himself and said, "That's not mine," and then he wound up taking a drop. And if somebody's going to, Craig Williford's his name, and if they're going to act that honorably, when I have played in this event and I know that people have cheated against me, then I'm going to give that guy the benefit of the doubt. And I know that kind of, I don't know if it irritated you and Mark, but
No,
I was like,
not
not
me.
to irritate is not the right word. Like, oh, you shouldn't do that. That's not the rule. But I'm like, he didn't do it intentionally, and he's 2 different times he could have played a ball, and I wouldn't have known. And I respected that, and I think the match was all square at the time too, So I respected that, and I'm like, I'm not going to, because I think the rule is, if I'm not mistaken, because I think I did it in a tournament, hit the wrong ball.
2-stroke penalty.
It's a 2-stroke penalty. But I'm like, I'm not going to call that on this guy in this stupid event. So, I just said, let's just not worry about it. We'll just go on to the next hole.
Yeah.
At some point, someone's got to come up with a chip tracking device that can go on a golf ball.
Yeah.
And so you always know where the ball's
That
gonna
wind was such a,
No golf company would do that. They want you to lose balls. You got to buy more.
Well, it won't be the golf company. It'll be some other company. It'll be just a sticker or something you can put on the ball.
Maybe the Grint. They'll be like the opposite of Kodak. They'll.
Yeah, but you got to be able to open the app.
What I would do, and I know that Gateway, burnt all of that, to maybe get pace of play up because it was all fescue over there, and they burnt all that down. At some point, you got to get, either a tractor in there or something and dig all that up just to get rid of all those embedded balls.
Doug, can you get a tractor out there today?
I'll work on it.
How'd you boys handle before we get the emails? How'd you boys handle 3 in the monster par 5?
I was actually in the bunker off the tee and had a putt for par, which was a monster surprise.
Tough pin position too.
Doug, the pin position was right on a slope on a 600-yard hole.
I was playing more like 700. With
I ended up winning that hole because you can't see where the green slopes when you're 100, 120 out.
Yeah.
And so I saw Sean's just go somewhere. I was like, "Where's there a dip?" Played it short, ended up winning the hole. But yeah, that green was crazy.
I went 6-5, got a pop, 6 net 5, and went 2 up through 3.
Oh no!
Until the course turned against you and you started to get some unfair breaks.
Highs and bad breaks, footprints in the sand, and some other things.
Yeah, no
before
fault of yours.
Before we get the email, should we just real quickly who won the Mungan Ass DraftKings between me and Doug?
Oh, it was you by a mile.
No,
wasn't it?
Oh, was it? I don't know.
No, Doug had 3 missed cuts, but I had 4.
Oh, really? I don't know. I paid no attention to the last 2 weeks of golf at all.
I just knew who we had, and I said, well, I missed 4 cuts, and Doug missed
Drop
3.
some
So.
info on your head real quick.
Doug, drop some info on our heads.
Okay.
Don't care. I told you on Thursday, Rom's going to win. The rest of the field is like Corn Ferry
Did he
Jr.
win?
Well, you should have picked Rom
Did
then.
he end up winning?
I couldn't fit him in my...
Yes, you could. You could fit the winner in.
And a bunch of 6,000s.
Okay, you probably still would have done better.
Doug won.
I'm sure he did. He had 3 players to my 2.
Doug won.
Doug won?
Yeah.
Oh,
crap.
Well, Iggy had 4 guys miss the cut. And
Doug had 3 miss the cut.
Yeah.
So now it's 29-28 over 2 years.
This is a barn burner now.
Now we're cooking.
about-
But you guys both just awful scores.
Yeah, it's I
I
don't care.
get to do research.
The 2 dots where like the 2 entries were compared to the rest of the field are at the very left side, like all the way at the end.
Yeah, I said whoever wins this, who cares? Because I put no effort
Who
whatsoever
cares? Well,
into
who cares
picking
who
my
wins
team.
any of them?
It's the worst field I've ever seen
So
in golf.
what? Then put some care
With the
into
number
it.
2 player in the world in the field, it was terrible.
You should have picked him to win.
And I couldn't have. 50% of the people playing put him on their roster.
So what? If you knew who was going to win, pick him.
Well, I picked the winner before it started. I just didn't put him on my team.
That's good strategy.
I read the putt right, just missed it.
Yeah, well, that's true.
You sure wouldn't want to have the winner.
Oh, I could have put him on my team and then had a bunch of 6 and 7,000s that made the cut, so I'd had the winner and 5 missed cuts.
Well, you don't know.
Yes. Did you see the field? Did you see who was leading the top 10?
Doug?
So what?
It looked like Corn Ferry rejects.
Do your research. I don't get the luxury of as much.
I didn't do any research either. I saw the field and said, I don't care.
We got the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Before we do that, however, we have to talk about the great people at Tullamore Dew. Doug, why don't we have ourselves a little Tullamore Dew right now to take the edge off before the first Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day.
That would help.
Of May 2022. Our Tullamore Dew toast. Cheers to making a big whiskey in a small town, to keeping your feet on the ground and your eyes on the prize. To the fan pinners in our lives, not to the likes in our phone, to a genuine toast to over 1,000 hot guys. I mean high fives. Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the world's most popular, least famous Irish whiskey. It's Tullamore Dew, and what you need to do at this point is...
think about it.
That's right. Sound story, Mother's Day coming up. You want to shop for Mom and give her a gift she will love, and then you and your family will love, always having her story on tape forever. It'll be an MP3 file, to be specific. Get a gift certificate, and you get 10% off right now at mysoundstory.com by using the promo code TMA. And at some point over the next couple of weeks, next few months, whatever works for your mother, is to come into the Hubbard Radio Studios and get interviewed by Learn, KC95, by Doug Vaughn, or by myself. And then we send you that audio, and you have it forever. And you can send it to whoever you would like. Your mom's voice, your mom's stories, all saved forever. A perfect gift for Mother's Day. And now you get 10% off at mysoundstory.com when you order a gift certificate for Mother's Day using the promo code TMA. It is Sound Story at mysoundstory.com. And get your TMA merch at tmastlshop.com today. 20% off the TMA logo shirt. That is 20% off, plus pre-ordering for the TMA golf head covers going up, and the TMA golf shirt with the Dotem logo as well. You have those two choices. It is all available at tmastlshop.com. tmastlshop.com. Cletus has issued a statement he wants me to read, Doug.
Okay.
100%. Hit wrong ball in match play, loss of hole. It happened to Callahan, and he called his pro on speaker to prove me right. He lost hole.
He lost hole. Okay. I could see that. If you hit the other guy's ball, that's a loss of the
I
hole.
don't know if you hit I guess if you hit the wrong ball.
Well,
So that's the rule. You lose the hole. I thought it was a two-stroke penalty. I've had it happen in a tournament.
I thought you understood match play.
I guess I don't. But maybe that was the specific rule. But I mean, yeah, that's not a rule that's cited before a tournament begins. So I really thought it was a two-stroke penalty.
I know it's a two-stroke penalty in stroke play.
So you're saying Cletus is wrong?
I'm not sure about match play.
Yeah.
I would have thought it was a lost hole.
Nobody understands match play.
Mine was in a member guest. Or member. Cletus might have been my partner, but it was member.
I think it's fun to hit someone else's ball.
Just hit him around.
It shakes things up a little bit.
I did that out at Normandy in my match against Fuelsy a few years ago.
Doug, let's pull up Biggie's match against Fuelsy from 2016.
And I knew my ball was in the rough to the left of the green. And I hit it, put it on the green. I went up there and said, oh, this isn't my ball. And I said, your hole. I forfeited the hole.
Doug, look at that. What a sportsman.
Okay,
But I
Iggy,
thought
you
that
just
was the
got
rule.
suspended for bragging about your sportsmanship in a tournament 6 years ago.
Bragging. I'm saying I
Mark
thought
Milton
that was
got
the
him,
rule.
didn't
Iggy's been suspended a period of 2 days' time. His
I'm
name
in there
right
twice now.
He's going to the STLTaxLawyer.com suspension log. That's Mark Milton, of course. Any problems you might have with the IRS? Maybe you didn't file a return. Maybe you owe a lot of money. You don't know what to do. What will you do? Well, I'll tell you what you do. You call Mark Milton. You go to his website, STLTaxLawyer.com. And right now, Iggy has been suspended 2 days' time. Don't think it felt for
I'll
very
see
good.
you guys Thursday.
So it's over.
Okay.
No, I've been suspended.
You have been.
Thursday.
You have been.
Think Jennings can come in?
You can call him. I don't care who you get in.
It hurts your feelings, didn't it? Well, it's designed to be punitive.
Tell Tommy I won't be in for 2 days because Doug suspended me.
I think he'd respect that.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Now, an excerpt from Nerves, the Ken Stroh story. The apartment air was saturated thick with the stank of stale Virginia Slims and wet rawhide. Ken sat on the love-stained black leather couch contemplating what he had just done. His foot bounced up and down feverishly as the tobacco burned at such a rate it would make the Marlboro Man jealous. I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous at all, Ken muttered to himself. But all he could think about was the missed putt on 17. As he closed his eyes, images of Learn, Gaga, and Glazer raced across his mind's eye, saying, "You're so nervous, Ken. Why are you so nervous? Ooh, you're so nervous. It's gross." As Ken broke down to his knees, he screamed into the sky, cursing the god of nerves. "Why have you forsaken me?" Just then, a pounding at the door startled Ken to his feet. "I'm not nervous," he yelled out of habit. The door swung open, and he couldn't believe his eyes. To be continued. That's from Stephen Queen.
Who? Stephen Queen. He's new.
I just wanted to email in and say welcome back, Tim. While Jackson and I are big fans of each other, what he did to my email on Friday was a crime. We haven't heard such mouth vomit since, well, you know when. I love you, Jackie boy, but keep my emails out of your effing mouth. Also, a couple housekeeping items. My boyfriend Simon's wife's boyfriend Brad was not happy. I emailed in on Friday about him eating the broken Cheetos out of me and Simon's stink wrinkles. So let's just say that never happened. Wink, wink. And if Brad asks any of you, Gay May is a real thing and is for charity. Don't forget to pound that subscribe button, the one tattooed on my beehole.
No.
Time to scoot Doug's microphone shadow.
Always brings the heat.
Doug's microphone shadow.
Yeah. I've spent a lot of time at public golf courses, but yesterday was the absolute worst. 6-hour rounds, people spending 10 minutes looking for tee shots, diabetes monitors constantly beeping. Walrus people spending more time eating than actually playing. It was a nightmare. The most confusing part was people kept giving me their scorecards. I tried to explain to one tiny little twink boy in particular that I was just a regular fella and that I didn't work at the golf course. He was high as a kite and simply would not take no for an answer, so I did take his scorecard. One question, though, what in the hell is Grint, and why were so many Hoosiers hollering about it at Gateway? Sincerely, the old guy in a black shirt.
Oh, yeah. Old guy in a black shirt.
And finally, morning, guys, just a little teaser of what I'll be bringing to the table this week. To set the table here, before I let the cat out of the bag, let me just say that this is something I've put a lot of work into and feel as though it will be a huge value add to TMA. Since being self-promoted from Jackson's secretary to Jackson's secretary with a vanity title of on-air talent, I've spent countless hours honing my craft of watching 19 hours of Netflix a day. So, with beaming pride and a twinkle in my eye, allow me to share how over the moon I am to officially announce I'll be doing a complete breakdown of the Ozark finale on TMA tomorrow. I plan on putting a lot of work into this, and it's something I feel like I can really sink my teeth into and own as my very first passion project here at Hubbard. I can't wait to show you guys how hard I've worked on this, and what's that, Tim? You're advising against it? Yeah, no, I know. I was just kidding. I'm not really going to do that thing. I just spent 3 minutes passionately discussing in great detail, which had me so excited that I literally couldn't shake it from my nerves, which led me to grip block a 3-putt triple bogey on a defining hole yesterday in a tournament with a purse that could have literally changed my life in so many ways if I had won. Nope, in reality, I'll probably just talk about the golf tournament we already broke down in extreme detail a couple more times here and then again on the Leper and the Weenie podcast. Doug, what is the Leper and the Weenie podcast?
I don't know what any of that means.
And voila, before you know it, it'll be Friday. Thanks. That's Cal May's oversized T-shirt sharing a memory from 2018 captioned one of my new Eagle family photos. I took Sunday in Alton, Illinois. There actually are 2 babies in the nest. One was down in the nest.
Goodness.
And that's what we have for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day.
I'm going to go with the old guy in the black shirt. I'm going to vote for him. Old guy, black shirt.
Yeah, so am I.
Old guy in the black shirt is shipped. The Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. We are not done here. You got Pepper and Jeannie getting recorded in a matter of moments. Yep. Action Jackson and I will be joined by Jeremy Rutherford coming up talking Blues and Wild playoff series next.
Come and get your whooping.
On Balloon Party, where we will get our whooping. You can text in 65780 there. And what else do we have? I have a sound story coming up. You can get the sound story gift certificate 10% off entering the promo code TMA at mysoundstory.com. That'll do it for today's presentation. For the Plowhawk, for Action Jackson, for Kenneth Iggy Strode, for my brother Kevin, for Douglas Sullivan Vaughn, I'm Tim McKernan. This has been the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM, the Potted Plant from the Michelob Ultra Studios. Closing out our Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour.
KPNT HD2.